All right, how you guys doing tonight? It's what day is today? It's Tuesday actually. I lost track of the days. And at 9 o'clock it's time for the realest talking sports. We are live on StreamYard, I believe Twitter, also Twitch. What do I leave out? YouTube and Facebook. My name is Rodney Jones. I'm your host slash moderator. I also go by the name of Angus Black as well. And joining me, of course, is as always, the man that created the show, Mr. Mark A. Cunningham. What's going on, man?
Oh, what's up? What's up? How
I
you
don't know.
doing today?
I'm doing quite well, actually. I'm doing quite well. What about yourself? You doing all right?
Yeah, yeah.
All right. And I see we're joined by my brethren from Hollis, Queens, representing my man D. Sanford. What's up, brother?
What's up, brothers? How you doing?
All right, all right. No hat for me tonight. No hat. All right.
Yeah.
No hat. I don't want to hear no shade tonight. Okay, just stay bald headed. You know? That's
So,
it.
do you? Don't let us
Of-
deter you from your hate.
Yeah, I know. A lot of feelings were being out, thrown out to me that night. I'm like, what the hell, man?
Yeah.
I got a gazillion hats. I can't wear anything. You know what I'm saying? Except it's got to be just New York representative and whatnot, which is ridiculous to me. But anyway, we're gonna move on from that. Let's see, my other boy, straight from NC, brother Dominic. How you doing?
Good evening, gentlemen.
What's up, Don?
What's up, man?
Hey,
Damn. All right, and joined by yet another person, my brother Jay. How you doing tonight, Jay?
Peace and blessings, brothers.
Peace
How we
and
doing?
blessings. All right, man. Hopefully you're good, brother. Hopefully you're good. Yo, let's get into this broadcast real quick. Naomi Osaka, okay, 23 years old. She withdrew from the French Open and quite possibly tennis, as Saya Cunningham had said earlier on a Facebook post. I had a different take about. I had a take I was gonna say, but I changed my mind once I read about what the situation was because I had no idea what it was about. To be perfectly honest, but at first I was gonna say, you become a professional tennis player, and there's, I guess, media commitments to that. You understand? And you're just gonna blow that off. That's not a good look for you. But I understand the real deal, and it's her battle with depression, and
Right.
anxiety. I really didn't know that. You know what I'm saying? So,
That's what you talking about?
you know what I mean? Excuse me.
Yeah.
Don't worry, miss. We'll be moving on to some more interesting stuff as well.
Wow.
That's funny.
Wow.
I
Live
love it.
audience.
Yeah, this is what happens with live audiences, man. This is stuff that goes down. It's hilarious to me. I love it. So excuse that. But yeah, I didn't realize that, and I'm figuring a lot of people didn't realize her inner battle with depression. You know what I'm saying? So props to her for withdrawing and trying to take care of her mental issues. This is a big thing right now. Is mental health. You understand? And I gotta salute her in her efforts to try to just like get better, get well, and that comes first before any, you know what I'm saying? Any tennis or any majors in tennis. So I gotta give her props,
Absolutely.
you know?
I agree.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was just talking to my man Jerome. Shout out to him. I put him onto y'all show.
Okay.
He's doing a little podcast as well.
Okay.
So when I get the information, I'll put
Tell
y'all
them to
on.
subscribe, and we'll, likewise support.
Absolutely. But we was just talking about it, just mental health in sports in general, right? People don't understand how much pressure goes into being a professional athlete,
right,
that these people have on them. Even though they see them making money and all this stuff, but there's a lot of pressure that goes into that,
for sure.
And it's not addressed. And shout out to her. The only thing I don't like about the situation is I blame her reps for everything going out of control the way it was. I think that the reps should have been there, or lawyer, a representative, her management team should have been there to let them know like what was going on, because I think they got upset because she didn't respond to them.
Right.
And that's why it was such a big deal. But that's it. I mean, I feel it. I'm with her. I stand with her.
Right. Anybody else?
Yeah. I salute her for taking care of herself. I think if she had a physical injury, and she said she was pulling out of the French Open because of that, people would be like, okay, that happens. So I think that we do a lot of lip service when it comes to supporting people and their mental health until it becomes an inconvenience for you, or of course the French Open. This is their time to shine, and Naomi is one of the biggest stars in the game of women's tennis today, and so I'm sure for them, not having her competing is a big loss. I'm sure she was a draw ticket wise. I agree with Jay about um, her reps probably mishandling it, because when it came out, it did sound like she just didn't want to fulfill her media obligations. And I was sort of on the fence about it. But once the real story came out, then I was no longer. It was pretty clear to me that I stood in support of her. But in this country, like you said, are athletes are they're not often looked upon as having real people issues. Um, we see it sometimes evidence in maybe some poor behavior or criminal behavior, and then all of a sudden you say, oh, well, this is a real person. They have their real people issues, but when it comes to mental health, that grind of it is taxing on people. So I support Naomi, and I support any athlete that is brave enough to say, look, I need to take time for myself to get myself right, and however long that takes.
There you go. Exactly. I agree with you, David. Max 611 or Dom? Which one?
I'm gonna let the Bronx guy go first.
Or even my man Reggie. Reggie is here as well. Good evening, Reggie.
I don't want to upset the apple cart, because trust me.
Good evening, gentlemen.
What's up, Reg? I understand
What's up,
mental
D?
illness. Trust me. The only problem I have with this case and many cases when it comes to sports, like you guys just said, we're gonna flip it back to her people. But if you're suffering from mental illness, and as many times as you've been in front of people or even in the media, print, whatever, nobody heard nothing about this. All of a sudden, the issue with not wanting to address the media comes up. And I'm not saying, please don't take this the wrong way, guys. I'm just looking at the other side of, and trust me, I understand it's hard to come clean and say something is wrong with you. Trust me. But there comes a time where you have to speak for yourself. You have to stand up, because you're the one that needs the help. Your managers, your coaches, even your family, they can't get you that help you need. You got to be the one to step up. It just seems, because we've seen this too many times, guys, like y'all just said, sport, we don't believe they have problems. Maybe it's the way they go about it too. They only bring it up when the rubber meets the road. Now, everybody got mental illness. And that's not something to play with. That's not nothing to joke with. And that's not nothing to use as a get out of jail free card either. If you have issues, you got to be the one to step up. It took me 7 years, guys, but I had to step up and say, you know what? This is me telling y'all. And I've had this conversation with y'all. Nobody forced me to do it. I wasn't in print. So in her case, she should have been able to step up from the get-go. Damn all these other people, because we know what they're about, guys. Let's be honest. The French Open, her managers, her coaches, they're getting paid too. So now all of a sudden she's not going to play. Now we hear mental illness. Now, who dropped the ball? I don't know. Honestly, I don't care. If she has a problem, then this will be step one for her addressing it. Damn tennis. If she has a real problem, she needs to address it, and nobody could do that for her. So that's only my take, guys. I am not. Please don't take what I said the wrong way.
No, I hear you. Don, before we get away from that, I wanted to just address a particular point. when you discussed what you were going through, at what point in your life were you?
I was probably 6 years retired, probably 7 years from my last deployment. And you know what's ironic, guys? This is no joke. I'm listening to the radio one day on my first visit to my psychologist. And Frank Isola and them are talking about Kyrie Irving saying he has mental illness. And you had people taking the left side, the right side. And I'm sitting there thinking, I don't know Kyrie Irving. You know, I don't know him from Adam's House Cat. But the only thing that, again, I can't speak for nobody else. It came to the point where, believe me, guys, not sleeping, thinking about stuff. And the saddest thing is, not sad, since we're talking about it, the worst thing for me is not what I endured. It was what I witnessed. That part. Because believe me, guys, there's this show and all this.
Yeah.
Nothing's worse, to me at least, guys. It's just me talking now. Nothing is worse than survivor's remorse. You hear it so many times.
Yes.
And you always think about, I wonder if I was, why couldn't I? This guy was younger than me. I've had a good life. This kid was 19 years old. I go out the wire. I got 3-4 vehicles, 2 in front of me, 2 behind me. You know, I lived a good life already. I was probably closing in on 40 years old at that time, getting ready to retire. So all that shit goes through your head, guys. And Dave, to end your question in a simple, I was just sitting one day and thinking of all this and thinking of the last person. This is what hurt me the most, guys. And this never left me to this day. Being a notification officer, knocking on somebody's door and saying, on behalf of the United States government, Department of Defense, blase, I won't use no names, blase, was KIA in Ramadi, Iraq. And the look on the parents' faces is like, it's devastating. And the funny thing is, guys, and I'll leave it at this before I get to, because it's still about 6 weeks later, this individual, who to this day, guys, is the only KIA in Iraq that no remains were ever found. His vehicle got blown up, everybody burned. Long story short, 6 weeks later, his father, I'm coming home and I look through my glass door and this individual's father's in my house. I'm like, oh shit, I got enough going through my head. Because at this time, guys, I had did like 6 funerals, 3 notifications, 1 remains from Delaware. I'm thinking to myself, what did I do wrong? You know, I come in and this man looks me in my face and says, hey, Top, I saw you on TV, because they was recording and filming all these funerals. I saw you on TV. You don't look too good. Somebody called me and said, you can't talk. I could barely talk at this time. He said, you know what you need to do? You need to just sit down on the step and cry. Let it out. Don't hold it in. You're not that tough. Again, guys, I sat there, boo-hooed like a little baby, 20 years in the military, in charge of 300-something people. I sat there and cried. He put his hand on my shoulder and said, I'm going to be fine. That just fucked me up so bad, guys. I hate to curse, but that threw me for such a loop. And I carried that for 7 years. And one day, I happened to see a picture of this kid, because everybody does this Memorial Day thing. They post pictures, and I didn't know this soldier from Adam's House Cat. I just happened to be the guy appointed to go knock on this door. And fast forward 7 years, I see a picture of this kid. And I'm like, nah, it's time to get some help. I called. I specified to the VA, I'm not coming inside this fence. Y'all going to have to find me a civilian provider. If you can't, I'll go on my own, go through TRICARE.
Yeah.
Thank God the VA stepped up. I met this beautiful young lady who told me, you know, you're never going to let it go, Dom. It's never going to leave your head. Don't let nobody lie to you. It's never going to go away. Everything you see, you endured, the knocks, the calls, it's not going away. But that being said, you got to create lanes of what you want in the lane, Once you run out the lane. I'm not giving a psychology class, guys, but you know what? At the end of the day, guys, after a year, she had me at least thinking differently, and that's why I look at mental illness and people with the PTSD. You know, it's not just the military, fellas. Trust me.
It's not.
No, it's people all over,
and
it's over 2.3 million people in this country suffer from PTSD.
And just in doing that job that you were assigned, I can imagine seeing those people's faces when you tell them their loved one is gone, and you're the person that has to deliver that message. So I know the toll that you were put under.
The sad part of that is you're meeting, again, one other person. I won't use names. I go to his house. There's an old man in the street. And I swear I wish I could write the Department of Defense and say, we need to go notify people in gym shorts. You know, damn all that dress uniform. We should go there with gym shorts, a baseball cap, and just sneak up. I'm going to a house. And an old man sees me in my uniform. And he starts yelling. I'll just say, Rodney. The old man passes out and has a heart attack. Now I'm trying to do CPR, call 911. Who's looking out their window? The woman I'm supposed to be notifying. She won't let me in. She sits the dog out. The dog comes out on the porch. He's barking and going crazy. But as God would have it, her brother happened to be stopping by. I can't tell him because he's not in that next of kin. So I pleaded with him before I had to. I had options: call the state police, all that other bullshit. But a karma had prevailed, and I was able to give that notification. You're right, Mark. That was probably, of all the shit I've ever done, the worst thing. The last one, I'll tell you, 6 weeks go by now. I got to go get remains. The governor of Pennsylvania chirps me. Remember when we had the Nextels with the chirper? The governor of Pennsylvania. What was his name? The big guy. Forgot his name, guys, but he chirps me. And he says, hey, like he knows me. Hey, Tom, I need you to do me a favor. Who is this? Rendell. Governor Rendell, Pennsylvania governor. I'm like, okay, what can I do for you, sir? I need you to pull over in the rest area. We coordinated for the family to meet the hearse and follow the hearse back to PA. I'm like, he can't see my face. I did like you, Mark. I'm like, so I got to obey him. He's the governor. I pull over. Family comes. They're banging on the hearse. Now, trust me, guys, this is 6 weeks of this shit. I'm like at wit's ends. This dude walks up to me and says, you think you could have parked the hearse? Because I had it going sideways so we could pull right back out. He says,
but you weren't driving, right?
No, not at all. But I told the driver what to do. I was in charge. But I figured we want to get this and get going. I don't want to be backing out. Because you could see the flag and everything. So people get curious. I just wanted to get the hell out of there. He tells me, you could have parked the hearse in the parking spot. I looked at him, guys, with angst in my body. And I said, are you part of the family? Are you next to kin? He said, no. I said, young man, I'm going to explain something to you real quick. I've been doing this shit for 6 weeks. I would highly advise you to get your motherfucking ass back in that van so we can get this show on the road. And I walked the fuck away from him. He didn't say shit. Then you got to fight with the funeral director. Go to the funeral director. I got to open the casket, check the remains, check the uniform. I almost threw up because I've never seen this before. You normally see a body in a casket. Ain't no body, just a uniform. Funeral director's going to tell me, I can't open it. I said, I don't want you to open it. I'll open it. I'm giving you the option to open it. I'm good to open it. I'm going to give you 2 minutes. I'm going to go smoke a cigarette. I'm going to come back inside. Either the casket is open or I open it. I ain't got time to play with you, sir. By the time I came back in, he had it open. We have to hurry up because the family. I got this. Just let me check the uniform. I'm going to get the hell out of here. I've been gone for 2 days. Took me 2 days to get from, forgot where the hell I was, to Delaware and back. I said, I've been gone for 2 days, sir. I'm tired. I just want to check the uniform. And yeah, Mark, I'll again, that's a part of your psyche that it sucks, guys. Trust me, I'm good. Don't get me wrong. I don't want y'all going off there and start saying prayers for me and shit.
Holy water. Pray for you anyway.
Right.
We have church every morning.
Exactly.
With the text messages.
And R thinks I'm joking when I say this is why I need a job, R.
Yeah.
I find myself doing bizarre shit.
I was like, this guy. I said, he's bragging right now.
Can I get some?
Trust me, R. When I do that, it is not bragging. It's one to joke with y'all because I have nothing to do it all day to do it.
For sure.
But
I like those hours.
It's not as easy as y'all think.
I'm sick of those. I'm sick of seeing people with their feet up. And
exactly,
just they feet up. But I just wanted to say, I had some things to say about in regards to this situation, but you guys just took all the thunder. And I'll just say this: she needs her time to get better, where she can feel at ease in being in front of cameras and in being in front of the reporters. And my take with the reporters is sometimes these guys just don't care, and they say anything to exacerbate the athlete. They take things that they say, they twist them, they turn them, they add things to them, they lie on them.
Fans too.
Right. And sometimes they're just not nice to them. So you sometimes you get what you put out. Right. It's like Patrick Ewing. What they did to him as a teenager.
College,
when he was a teenager in Boston, they threw bananas at him. The reporters they didn't write nice things about him. They call that man a monkey.
Yeah.
They said he looked like a monkey. So when he got to college and when he got to New York, he was very to himself and not as engaging as he could have been with the media, and I understand why.
It took him a long time.
Exactly.
Marshawn Lynch. Reporter lied on him, called him a thug. No, he wasn't a thug. Said he was a bad student. Marshawn Lynch is a straight A student, is a very intelligent man. Now he might not speak with the Queen's English, but he is a very intelligent man.
For sure.
Graduated with honors.
Cal. Yeah.
That's journalistic malpractice.
Right. So when he was in Buffalo, they did that to him, and that's when he said, "You know what? I ain't never speaking to y'all."
Yeah.
But now you take that, guys, and everything we talked about. There's 7 grown men on this line. Here's where it gets twisted. You couple the reporters and this social media frenzy where everybody knows everything. A hot take is supposed to be facts. And I tell you all the time, guys, gift and the curse. It's not even a gift no more, guys. Social media has become a curse. And people just blurt shit out that they know nothing about. You know, who know? None of us on this line know this girl. We've never spoke to her before. So in your heart of hearts, you don't want to get on some kind of platform and you don't know what's going on with her.
No,
we got some of that shit in the media, guys.
Right, just like the Kwame Brown situation.
I just thought about that.
With Stephen A. Smith.
Can I, before we get off of that, the reason why I asked Dom that question, and it turned into something that was it turned into something that really was a lesson. It really was a lesson here. That's something that I didn't know about. But the reason why I'd asked is because I'm looking at us as full adult men. And I'm thinking about Naomi, who was she 23 years old?
23, and she was 19, 20 when she blew up. Go ahead, David.
So I'm just saying that I asked Dom when, because for all of us, there's a point where we mature to the point where we're not so much worried about what other people think about us. And I work with young people, and I know people in that age group, and it takes them a little while to get to the point where they have the self-confidence to draw attention to themselves in a way that is not flattering.
Mm-hmm.
And so maybe for Naomi, the reason why she didn't say is because she's still a kid compared to us, and has not gotten to the point in her life where she felt that confidence. So I'm just suggesting that what we can do today in our 40s and 50s, maybe that's not necessarily fair to ask Naomi to do in her early 20s.
So
This is the saddest part,
yeah.
Dave. The saddest part, not to cut nobody, the saddest part of everything Dave just said. Sometimes it's not even about the age; it's about the stigma. Now you're labeled. You're labeled something, and now you done went through all of this. Now you got another label. So a lot of people are gun shy to say something, you know, because they don't want to be labeled. Oh, something's wrong with you, Dave, and you should have been able to handle it better. You weren't in my boat. You weren't in her boat. Don't tell me that shit. But there go that stigma, and then here comes social media with the fuel of stigmas because they don't understand this. They just want to be heard.
Yeah,
it's sick.
Let me hold on, man. Yeah, I'm about to say. Let me give Bishop a
and then I want to say something.
Okay.
So, Dom, I can appreciate your journey. I appreciate you sharing that. I'd explain some stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, Dom, I'm joking, but I understand.
Mm-hmm.
So I empathize with you. One of the things that I thought about when the young lady first came out and first popped on the scene is like every move that she's made has been extremely calculated. I don't know if you guys realize that or not, but every move that she's made has been calculated in the sense that, okay, I'm up and coming, but I'm not going to allow you guys to use me as a tool to denigrate Serena Williams, because the fact that she was where she was is why I can be where I am. So I can't imagine that seeing what Serena and Venus went through with the media and so forth and so on, she strikes me as light years ahead of where they were at this same point. When I say light years ahead, I'm talking about media savvy, business acumen, and so forth and so on. So I feel like I'm not saying that she doesn't have issues, but I feel like one of the things that you got to pay attention to as well is, so this tournament is now here. In a couple of weeks from this tournament, there's Wimbledon. So she was, for whatever reason, said that she wasn't going to deal with the media for the French Open, and they decided that they were going to fine her. And when they decided that they were going to fine her, she pretty much said, well, you know what? Fuck you and fuck your tournament. Okay, I'm gonna sit on the side, because if you look at sort of, and I'm not saying that this is fact, I'm just looking at the purse for this tournament for the first place winner is like, I think about 1.8 million. That's the full purse for this tournament for the French Open.
Right.
The purse for the Wimbledon is about 3.7 or something like that, and that's in 2 weeks. So what I'd like to see is, and again, I'm not making light of mental illness. I'm not. I'd like to see if she competes in the tournament 2 weeks from now, because she just said, you know what, I'm not going to allow you to basically use me to, you know, push and prop up your tournament when you're going to treat me like crap. I'll just sit to the side and let somebody else take that spotlight, but you won't use me, because she's the hottest thing in women's tennis right now. So it's like they should be kissing her ass, because it's like, no matter, people are coming to the tournament to see who. They're not coming to see the 16th seed. maybe the person's family. They're not coming. They're coming there to see,
Right.
you know, the top seeds.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like you're not going to dictate to me. You know what I'm saying? When I have these people here disrespecting me and just asking, because tennis is very racist. It's very
Yes, it
racist.
is.
It's
Very
been that way.
classist, egregious,
Yes.
all
And
of
it's
the,
like,
all
yeah.
of those things.
And it's like, okay, well, we thought we were finally getting rid of a certain type in tennis. Now that Serena is no longer at the top notch.
Mhm.
Yeah, but
And
now
now
you
we
have
right.
Naomi and you have Coco.
Yes.
And
Right.
you
And
have
now
a
we
couple
have
other girls.
right.
Right.
And now we
Yeah.
have this.
Sloan.
So we know how to get to them. So we're gonna ask these questions and we're gonna put them in positions where it's kind of like. So I feel like, you know, again, like I said, every move that she's made since she's been on the scene has been extremely calculated. So I wouldn't be surprised if this is calculated and kind of like, okay, well, I'm not going to allow you guys to use me for pennies. When there's something else bigger on the horizon. And
Right.
French Open, so what? What does the French Open mean in the grand scheme of things?
Right.
In the grand scheme of things, that's like, you know, playing at West Fourth when you could be playing in the Summer League.
Well,
Right.
the French Open isn't as big as Wimbledon and the U.S.
No.
Open.
Right. Exactly.
True.
Because it's like when you look at the purse, it's like, okay, so should I exert myself and then try to compete 2 weeks later for less money when the French Open is not really something that, if I have it on my resume, fine. It's not going to tip the scale for me.
Right.
I like what Buy Black for Life just said. So we need to be real. Mental illness is looked at differently when you're a person of color as opposed to if she were white, and that's a fact. You understand? So I thank you for that. Buy Black for Life. I
Absolutely.
appreciate your comment. That's definitely facts right there.
No
You know what I
talk.
mean? Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What I wanted to say was with the whole Kwame Brown, Stephen A. Smith thing. They tried to paint this man as being crazy. He's not crazy. He's very intelligent. He might not speak with the Queen's English and he's rough around the edges, but
Right.
Kwame Brown is a very intelligent person. And Stephen A. Smith went back on the attack. What's that?
Uh-oh. I don't know what
So
that
there's the
is.
remix.
Yeah, exactly. My bad. I don't know what. All right. I don't know what the hell that is.
Somebody got on two. Somebody got on two peripherals.
Remix.
Right.
Yes. Somebody got on two peripherals, and it's like, you know, auto tunes.
How's
Mark
that?
Back
Exactly.
611 is an auto tune. Yeah, auto tune.
Yeah, but everybody said what I wanted to say, and I just like Bishop said, she has been calculated. We go back to when she beat Serena the first time to get her initial title. They were booing.
Yeah.
And Serena had to step in and say, "Hey, listen. Let's not boo her. You know, this is her moment. It's not about that. And let's not boo her." And to what David was saying, we really don't know what each individual goes through, you know, as a sports person. She may react differently to the media than somebody else. And like he said, she's a young woman. She needs to step away and get her bearings right. And I like what Bishop said, that her moves are calculated.
All right. Well, that's a pretty good discussion on this first topic. I think I'm gonna move on into the land of the silly. That being,
the circus.
We're going to the land of the silly, the circus or whatnot. I mean, I'm like, really, dude? I'm so sick of this guy. And I'm not talking about Logan Paul. I'm sick of Floyd Mayweather and his nonsense.
Oh, we should have talked about Devin Haney then. Before
who?
Devin Haney.
Devin Haney fight that just happened. But
nah. Dude, I am so sick of this exhibition. I cannot stand this.
Why?
Nobody cares. No, that's not true. People do care, but again,
that's the problem, though.
Exactly, the haters. You understand what I'm saying? Listen, I'm hoping this guy gets knocked out. It might not happen. Yes, right, Floyd.
What? What? Hello?
I really am. I don't care. You got hello or you hello, goodbye. How are you? Doesn't matter. I'm sick of this. Stay your silly ass retired, and that's it. I don't want to see you in the exhibit. Yo, you got plenty of money. I'm sure you got other things to do. You know what I'm saying? You don't need to be in the. Oh my god! You don't need to be in the ring. Don't dude me. It's true. You don't need to be in the ring. I'm tired. Okay. I'm tired of this. Okay. It's annoying.
How you really feel?
I'm going to tell you. It's annoying. It's annoying. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I don't give a shit if you're in a fucking exhibition against some YouTuber. I don't care. You understand? I hope the YouTuber knocks his ass silly so I can laugh.
Who got New York undercover in their background?
Right.
The hood is hot. The hood is hot.
It's hot, yo. Yeah. The hood stay hot. The hood stay hot. Yo, so ahead, if I may retort for a second here.
What else is new? Go ahead.
So if you are top notch at whatever it is that you do, and somebody offered you a shitload of free money to come in there and whip on someone who is definitely not in a class that you're in, would you not take it? If somebody offered you six figures in the million, figures in the million.
Stop
it's
right
easy
there.
Money. That's easy money.
Stop right there. Stop right there, please. And Hannibal, your mic is live as well. Thanks for joining us, by the way.
What up?
Bishop, what's up, kid? Yeah, Bishop, you need to stop. Okay, this is a man that announced that he was retiring.
Okay,
in front of the world. Okay. I don't want to listen. If you're retired, stay your ass retired. Otherwise, then you need to shut up and keep fighting. Then, exhibition or not. Shut your mouth and then get back in the ring and do what you need to do.
Who else was he going to fight? There was nobody else there for him to fight.
Like this guy is a good fight. Like this is going to be a good fight. This is like top notch competition. Really? No. I'm just saying. You got all the money. Hold on, Mac. Hold on, Mac. What I'm saying. Hold on. What I'm saying is the man has money hand over fist. You don't need any more money. You got your own boxing promotion.
According to who?
It TMT?
No. I'm talking about the statement that you just made. You said that he has money hand over fist.
He does.
He doesn't need any more. So that right there, it sounds like a little jealousy.
Fuck out of here. Ain't no jealousy.
It's like, yo, like why you so for sure?
You are way off the hook because how do you equate that with jealousy? You're out of your mind. Come on, man. If you're gonna step to me in a debate, you gotta come better than that, dude. You gotta come better than that.
I'm just saying.
What you're saying right now is straight up trash.
The basis of what you just said. The basis of what you just said was he has more than enough money. You don't want to see him. He doesn't need it. You don't want to see him back out there. And I'm saying to you, what does it have to do with anything? If somebody offered you free money to go in there, it's just like when he fought Conor McGregor. It's just like when he fought Conor McGregor. It's like,
I'm sick of him too.
There was no way.
What?
There was no way that dude was going to beat him. But this fight is going to pay him just about as much money as when he was fighting, when he was boxing, doing a pay-per-view.
No, it's not.
For what?
No, it's not.
For what?
No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not.
Hey, I haven't been paying no attention to this thing. So who challenged who?
They challenged him. Logan. They challenged Floyd.
Both of them. I think the brothers. Both of the brothers.
But let me say this. Floyd is doing this because, like Bishop said, this is easy money, and
he's an idiot.
Relax for a minute.
No, I'm not gonna relax. He's a fucking idiot.
Let me get the thought out. Sip on what you sipping, and let me get my thought out. Thank you.
Pour another glass.
It's easy money. Also, it's easy because all the Floyd hater trolls are out and volume.
Yeah,
Oh, he's 4
yeah.
times bigger than Floyd.
Hold on. So let me say this,
and
right?
Hold on, Dom. Let me finish. Let me finish my thought. So he's gonna make money off of the fools because the haters have kept him making money forever, and they always will because they stupid. Y'all hate this man so much, and he's one of the best fighters. He's one of the best fighters in this generation.
People
and y'all
still
should stop the hate. Go ahead, Dom.
Still want to watch him,
right? Because they hate him.
I just want to say, so the Jake Paul, whoever this, he annoys the shit out of me. Number one, and
both of them.
And then you let these two. I'm about to just take it there.
Go ahead.
Floyd Mayweather is a clown for even doing this.
Thank you.
This is extremely beneath him. Now I understand why people attacked him when he made that stupid comment about I'm going to wear Gucci. I don't care. I don't follow. I'm going to wear Gucci. You know, see. Ain't no way in hell I'll make this much money unless cornball ass white boys challenge me to a fight. I won't even respond.
Right.
Yo,
I will act like they don't even exist. So, fuck Floyd Mayweather with this.
Thank you.
But he needs it though.
That's some old bitch ass shit.
How does he need it? How does he need it? How much? And how much? Wait a minute. How much money is he standing to make from this fight? Please, somebody, please. How much money is he standing to make?
This keeps him relevant. He needs to stay relevant.
Man, that's like Mike Tyson.
That's his mentality. That's his mentality. You know, it's about the money, but it's about being relevant.
I don't care about.
He wants to be in the limelight. That's why he does it. He wants everybody to talk about.
Well, then he shouldn't. Then he shouldn't open his big mouth and retired.
No, I agree with you.
He shouldn't open his big mouth and retired.
I agree with you.
Word.
This is coming from R, who will fight anybody for free Uber rides.
Exactly. Thank you, David. I'm just saying, why open your mouth on worldwide, not nationwide, but worldwide, and announce your retirement if you're going to get back in the ring with these clowns? It's ridiculous.
So he said $10 million.
No, he stands to make 20.
Yeah, right, but I'm saying 10 million straight
and
up.
You're gonna make money off the back end,
right? And 50% of the pay-per-view, right?
All I can say.
Go fight the young black dudes. Go fight Spence. This is what I'm saying, bro.
No, but he's not going to do that. He's not going to do that, though.
Yo, he's making a mockery of the sport, bro.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And for that 20 million, and for that 20,
no integrity. You just gonna let some bum.
Thank you.
You just have no, like, your manhood just don't mean nothing. Long as you get money.
And Hannibal, thank you. Wait, hold on, man.
Hannibal does beat women, though, right?
Hannibal, first of all, Hannibal's right. That's one. Two, I hope for this 20 million, you get knocked the fuck out. I can't wait to see this damn shit. I hope.
Oh, jeez.
Y'all understand what his nickname is, right?
What's that again?
Y'all understand what his nickname is, right?
Yeah.
It's money because that's what he wants to do is make money. So
make money and beat chicks.
Well,
look, I mean, you want him to low ball, bottom shelf Brads tell you what to do, and you just jump up like, yeah, I'm going to fight you for 20 million.
Thank you, brother.
So big.
Here's the problem that I have with it is, and I don't really care. I'm not a big boxing fan, and I don't care who fights who. But my issue is if Floyd is in it for the money and he makes this money off of it, what he does is he helps make these other guys even more
relevant.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like I just wish that Floyd can stay retired and let these guys, get off of my internet. I don't want to see them anymore, and I'm tired. And the more people keep accepting these challenges from them, the more relevant they become. And then one day they might somebody might walk into an ass whipping from a knockout. And so I don't see it as a win. I see it as a lose-lose situation. Even though it's free money for Floyd, I don't think Bishop. I don't know his his tax situation or whatever, but I don't think he needs this.
That's right.
Yeah, but the thing about it is, so the fire that some people are feeling about this, like this is just like I told you before, like some dudes, they feed off of that. Like I'm getting the attention, whether it's negative, positive, it's indifferent. So the fact that we talking about it, the fact that there's so many people that hate, there's going to be people that buy the fight just because they want to see him lose.
For sure.
Just because they want to see him lose, and that's been happening for his whole career.
I hear that. I'll say one last thing on it. If he wants to get my attention, then let him write a book.
Oh,
wow. Wow.
See, there you go. There you go. I love it. He's David. You officially sunk to my level. I love it.
Yo, as a boxing fan, this kills boxing right here. Having these clowns fight.
It doesn't, Jay, because
yes, it does. Yes, it does.
Logan.
Yes, it does. Because I'm gonna tell you what's gonna be next. What's gonna be next?
Hold on. Regular boxing is in a good place right now. Yes, these guys are muddying the waters with their BS, but we all know it's BS, and people know it's BS.
You know what? What's going to be next?
They're pro
this
fighters.
This is big ball of boxing.
Exactly. You know what's going to be next? You know what's going to be next? He's going to wind up fighting the brother next. That's going to be the next shit. Guaranteed.
Well, the brother is fighting Tyron Woodley.
I was going to say, maybe it'll be a tag team.
Yeah, exactly.
So if you think about it, if you look at the whole situation, from the time that the YouTuber or whatever, from the time that he first came out and did the first celebrity, where he battled another YouTuber and whatever.
But that wasn't the first celebrity fight. Celebrity fights have been going on for
right. But
decades.
I'm just saying, like, that's how he built his platform to where you got all of these people following, and somebody somewhere backed this fight. Somebody somewhere backed this fight and put up the money for this fight.
Because it's going to make money. People don't do things unless it's going to make money.
Right.
So.
Right. So it's clear that Floyd Mayweather has fought people hand over fist that are boxers. This whole he knocked out Nate Robinson. He knocked out some other actors or actresses.
This guy didn't even knock him out, though.
Oh, yeah, he knocked him out.
This is the brother.
No, I'm talking about the one that Floyd is fighting.
No.
He knocked out
Logan. That's Logan Paul.
No, Jake Paul. Jake Paul knocked out Nate Robinson. Logan Paul doesn't even have a win.
If you ask Nate Robinson, both of them knocked him out.
This is stupid. The whole thing is dumb, and we should go on to the next thing.
There you go.
I agree. Honestly, there you go.
I'm with that.
I like that segue.
Yeah, I'm with that. Let's get out of this nonsense. Got people caping for Floyd Mayweather. I'm out of this bull crap. Suck out of here. Fuck out of here. I'm not trying to hear that shit. Okay?
I will say this.
Short day or something.
Before
shit is whack.
I kind of caught on. I think, don't it seem like Bishop is taking Chandler's spot?
Kind of, sort of, exactly.
Fellas, I spoke to Chandler today.
Whoa.
He's doing I was just wondering about that.
Dom.
Yeah,
Dom.
All right, good.
Dom, you just threw a hand grenade in my shit, bro.
Yeah,
yo,
that's a good one. That's a good one. I like that.
Your language, sir. Your language.
Well, I've never.
Are you kidding me?
Never been restricted. I've never been restricted by Facebook. First of all, I got a felon telling me about my life.
You got Mark is the Facebook predicate felon.
And also, Bishop, I've seen you the past few days on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
You need to slow down, bro. They're gonna have you like they had homie in Menace to Society.
Word.
Yesterday on FB, you said, "We got you now."
Exactly. You already know.
I'm good.
Let's get into this. We're gonna enter the lane of the NBA real quick. No, not real quick because they got playoffs and all that stuff going on. Does Jimmy Butler deserve a max extension of 4 years at what was that, $181 million?
Hell,
I know.
I don't know if
I know.
anybody deserves it. But
I know Mac has definite feelings in this one. We was talking about this a little bit earlier today, via text.
Listen, Miami is in a precarious situation. They got 5 people returning. Jimmy's case is special because he can be extended or they cannot extend him and let his contract play out. Now, I need to be in the NBA because these fools is making ridiculous money. He's gonna make he's coming off a 4-year, $141 million contract that he signed prior to joining the Heat. He's gonna make $36 million for next season and $37.7 million on the option in 22-23. The extension would replace his option and begin that season. A 4-year max extension includes salaries of $40.5 million for 22-23. That's almost a $3 million increase from his player option. $43.8 million in 23-24, $47 million in 24-25, and a whopping $50.3 million for 25-26 when he will be 36 years old. Miami also extended Adebayo. Adebayo is making he's got a 5-year, $163 million contract.
Jesus Christ!
For real?
So if they give Jimmy the extension, him and Adebayo will be on the same timeline. Except for Adebayo, when his contract ends, he'll be making about $40 million. So,
damn.
And again, me and R text each other earlier today, and I said that he's worth it. But then you look at the numbers, and Miami's in a precarious situation. Jimmy is the heart and soul of their team. I think they should keep him, no matter what.
Yep.
They should keep him. Hold on. I think they should keep him, but you're overpaying for somebody who's 32 years old.
Yeah.
Right. I could agree with what you just said. They are definitely overpaying and whatnot.
They have to keep him though.
And I get it and understand it, but at the same time too, he's not worth no 100. Nah, I'm sorry. Not for no 4 years. Nah. You'll be lucky to get over 40 per. You'll be lucky to get over 40 per for me.
It's the market. And
I don't care.
At some point,
care.
Well, no. At some point, we're gonna see a dude on his last year. He gonna be making $70 million a year.
Dude, like I said, man, I don't care. I don't care what the market is. Well, if that's the case, then yo, don't let the door hit you with a low split you. Whatever. I'm sorry. No, you're a very talented player. I'll give him that.
He's their best player.
I'm saying overall, would I put him on a Paul George level? Maybe. Maybe slightly better.
He's better than Paul George.
Like I said, slightly better. Maybe.
He's better than Paul George.
I don't think
so. You say.
I wouldn't say that much. And I'm not a Paul George fan. I'm not a Paul George fan, but
who would you take, Mr. Disappearing Axe or Jimmy, who's gonna give you 150?
He's about to answer your question.
We had the conversation. I think last week, where I said to you guys, one of the things that you got to look at is Jimmy Butler is Jimmy Butler's biggest promoter. He hasn't accomplished anything in the league. So for you to come and try to breach. For you to come and try to now, I know what the market is demanding. If the market is demanding it, pay the man. But again, he's not your franchise player. He's not your franchise player. They don't have the way that Miami is structured. They don't have that one guy. They have a bunch of guys. They don't have that one guy. Even when you had the big three, it wasn't just one guy. They had to force it on LeBron. But it wasn't just one guy. It was the collective, and that's how Miami plays. But you were going to be paying a top-notch role player like superstar money, and if the market demands it, okay, fine, give me my money. But he hasn't accomplished anything in the league. He's not your top scorer. He's your top talker. He's the one that's the most vocal. That's it. So he's pretty much making his money because
how's
he's a good
Minnesota
talker.
doing right now without him?
Yeah, how's 76ers doing without him? How's all the other teams doing without him?
Different teams, different organizations.
How's all the other teams doing without him? Just fine.
Right. Oh,
just fine.
No. Minnesota
Chicago.
sucks. Chicago is.
Well, Minnesota always sucks.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. What was Minnesota doing with them?
But he got them to the playoffs when he was there.
Okay. And then what happened?
Hey,
and
he's a really good
left.
player, but he's not worth that money.
Did they make it to conference finals or something?
No.
Okay. All right. Did they
They
play for a championship?
They also had Thibodeau.
Yeah.
This is true.
Thibodeau was the coach.
You're right.
So everywhere he's went,
it took me.
This is true. Yeah, you gotta be sound.
It took me 3 minutes to catch on to who y'all was talking about. So, in other words, if you're gonna pay him all this money, and he got you this far, and now you'll be strapped for money going forward, is some magic wand and Disney gonna come in and get them further? I don't know.
They don't need shooters. They need
Duncan Robinson.
They need height. They need
his
height.
contract is up.
They need height and they need length.
Now, where do you get that from with all that money you're spending on 2 players?
And then you gotta pay.
It's gonna cash.
Duncan Robinson.
And then you gotta pay Duncan Robinson also. You're gonna have to pay Tyler Hero at some point.
Yeah.
He's gonna have to pay a hell of a luxury tax. That's what you're gonna have to pay. And if you're paying the luxury tax now, which they are, and you got ousted in the first round with the same team you had last year. Now
they're missing a few pieces.
They caught lightning
Not
in the
exactly.
bubble.
Not exactly. Last year they had Crowder, and what made the defense a little bit more intense in the playoffs is Jimmy Butler and Crowder. When they played the zone, they were up top.
You replaced Crowder with what's his name?
Ariza, who's on his last wheel. He got 2 bad tires. He got 2 bad tires.
He's still in the league.
Yes,
sir. He's on the
He about 47.
And then they made a deal. They should have. They didn't need to get another wing player, and they went and got Oladipo, which made no sense. And Oladipo did what Oladipo does, which is get injured.
Ariza is so old, he probably bullied Kwame Brown.
Miami,
hilarious.
Miami needs to address their height and length deficiencies, and Jimmy's gonna get paid. I see it.
I just don't think he could. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money, and I agree. I actually agree with Bishop. You know what I'm saying? That's a lot of money for that guy.
I'll tell you this. One thing about Jimmy Butler, I give him a lot of respect. He came in the league as a defensive player, and he really stepped his game up. He worked hard.
Okay.
He's not worth $181 million for 4 years.
Sorry.
I'm in agreement with you.
But I'm saying you can respect that. He came in as a defensive player, and what is he now? A defensive player.
No, he's an all-around player.
He's an all-around player now. I gotta give him.
Come on.
Whoa. Okay,
come on, Bishop. Give him a little credit.
You can't diss him like that.
So when the money is on the line and they need buckets, who do they go to? Do they clear it out and go to Jimmy Butler?
They might have to. They got nobody else on that squad.
No, I'm saying, is he the person that is dropping 30 points a night? Sometimes,
but he hits those clutch shots though. He hits clutch shots for him.
And he does everything for them. He scores, he rebounds, and he
had a really good final.
The highlight of his career was last season when he made it to the championship, and then everybody was able to see on front and center stage, you're not that guy. You understand what I'm saying? You had a stage where if you were that guy, you would have been going tooth and nail with LeBron. you wouldn't have got embarrassed in the finals. You wouldn't have been outmatched in the finals. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not taking anything away from that. But again, you haven't done anything. You haven't done anything.
That's what I'm saying. But
yeah.
he's still an all-around play. He's still a good all-around play. But he's not worth that money. That's what I'm saying.
181 million.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, they do have to resign him.
Right. Like I said, he's right. He's right there on Paul George's level. Maybe, yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's right there in your caption. Does he deserve it? I don't think he deserves it. Will he get it? He might get it because of the market.
He's probably going to get it.
Yeah. But is it just me that when I watch Jimmy Butler, it's like he takes too long to pick and choose his spot in the game to be Jimmy Butler? He's not Jimmy Butler the whole game. You'll see him, especially in the fourth quarter. He's a hell of a fourth quarter player. But you let the first 3 quarters and you coasted, and now you got your back against the wall. Now you want to be Jimmy Butler. Maybe it's just me observing him, but again, he's not a 26, 27 point a night guy. No. He's a very 17, good defensive 18. Player.
No, 22.
But he seems to
be. He gets 22 points a night.
No, maybe this year.
He coasts.
Yeah, I think for situation about 18 points or something.
And then tries to turn on that switch.
No, the situation has to be a special situation.
Okay.
The situation.
What was that? What was that? Saying, hold on, Bishop. What'd you say?
I said you said he's going to get 50 million. He's going to get 50 million his last year
when he's 36.
If he signs that max, if he signs the max, the last year that max he'll make 50.3 million.
I need to start playing. I need to start playing some ball.
Just let me ask everybody a question. Let me ask four of us, and maybe 5 with Dominic.
I don't understand how it goes up though.
Who bitched?
Go ahead.
Who bitched about Chris Paul's contract? Show your hand. Everybody would say he gonna get 40 million. We all complained about that, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
And thank God he didn't come to the Knicks.
Exactly.
I don't understand though how it goes up as you get older. Like that's why
you earn your keep. You understand what I'm saying? Like you've been in the league for a certain amount of years, the salary you pretty much it's like you get a veteran's minimum, and if you've been in the league for a certain amount of time, you get minimum pay.
Right.
You get, and it's what the market demands.
Plus
so the market and the owners can afford to pay it, so they got to pay it. So I'm not mad at that point. I'm not mad at
right. It's also a game that the owners play and the teams play. Right. It's like a chess game.
Right.
If you give them the money later on, you still have money left going toward that 5th year. Where if you gave them 50 million up front, then after 2 players, you're probably tapping into the luxury tax. So they spread the money out. It sounds weird to us where he gets more at the end, but it gives the team a better chance to add pieces until that 5th year. But still,
but I think it's just too much.
$35 million to him is too much.
And that salary cap, by the time he gets to that, $50 million year, the salary cap would have gone up exponentially over those other years. So that 50 million won't be hitting him like how it would present day.
Exactly.
So let me ask y'all this: is he a $30 million player, which he's making right now? He's making well over 30 million.
How long he been in the league? How long he been in the league?
No, he can make 30.
He's been in the league for 10 years.
12 years.
He's been in the league for 10 years.
Mac, let me answer your question by asking you a question.
Sure.
I'm gonna answer it by asking a question. How much is Harrison Barnes getting?
I'll tell you in a second.
You'll have your answer right there.
Listen, Harrison Barnes is one of the kings.
Right?
Him and Chandler Parsons are the kings of being in the right place at the right time. Yeah, y'all keep talking.
I just want to hear how much Harrison Barnes is getting. Because if it's anything close to 30 million, then definitely Jimmy gets
Harrison
30
Barnes
million.
is getting like 20-something million.
Well,
he's making right now. He's making
20 million.
He's making $22.2 million a year.
So if he's getting that, then Jimmy Butler can get 30. I'll give you 30.
And he's on a 4-year.
30, yeah.
He's on a 4-year, $85 million contract that he's
exactly.
Not counting the other money he signed before that, because he signed like 2 or 3 big contracts.
Mm-hmm. So if Harrison's getting that little,
or something.
I'm looking at some of these contracts right now. It's crazy.
Yeah,
because Kevin Love is making 31.3.
Yeah, come on now.
And he hasn't played. He hasn't played since LeBron was in Cleveland.
Yeah,
right.
But see, that goes back to what me and Bishop was saying. They gave him that money and stretched it out. Unfortunately, the wheels totally came off Cleveland. So now it looks like that $31 million is where, if everything would have stood status quo for them, that $31 million wouldn't have been that big of a hit as we're looking at it now. Unfortunately, he's not that good anymore, which they probably expected. I just don't think they expected to go belly up and can't even get out their own way now. So that's where it comes back to bite you in the ass, Jay. That part, yeah.
There you go.
They suck. And I don't see nothing. I don't see nothing bright for them in quite some time.
For who, Miami?
Yeah, he's saying that if they sign him to that contract.
Well, they gotta get two young bigs that is willing to sign up for the program that Miami Heat has for their players, because it seems like that's not like big men are not sustainable in that program. So you had like they physically they can't tolerate it, mentally it kind of like breaks them down, and because if you remember the last legitimate big that they had, some reason he just like mentally just like broke down. They just got rid of him, and it's like only thing they needed the big to do was like rebound, get some putbacks, and be a presence in the paint. That's it. What was the big kid that they traded him to like Sacramento, and then Portland, and then he went out there and flamed out? Whiteside. Right. So they need two. They need two
Whiteside.
big men. Yeah. They need 2 big men. Maybe like I don't know. This Washington got this big man. I never even heard of him, but he's in there like getting up and down.
Oh, it's about Lynn?
No, a black dude that he just popped up out of nowhere on the scene, and he's like he's starting. What's his name?
I think I know you're talking about. I can't remember the damn name. No, Washington.
On Washington Wizards.
Yeah. I think I know.
Coffee.
Nah, I think his name starts with a G.
Coffee.
Start with an H.
Hachimura?
No,
not Hachimura.
No, not Hachimura. No.
Hachimura been doing this thing also.
Yeah, he's been doing it well.
Listen, Miami.
Gafford.
Yes, Gafford.
Yeah.
That dude. They need about two. They need about 2 of those kind of dudes in that program. Young, hungry, like I'm just trying to stay in the league. That's what they need in Miami, because
Miami needs to move. Miami needs to move Bam from the 5. He's not a legit center. He's a power forward playing center.
Right. There you go.
He's 6'9".
Right.
And he's only, like I said on the last show, they only have one other player taller than him, and that person is 6'10", and he doesn't play. So you playing at a disadvantage all the time. You doing what Houston was doing, which doesn't work. You need taller, longer, athletic players.
And that's it. Can we do some moving on?
Yes, sir.
Moving on.
All right, let's do some moving on. Okay, let's talk about this. What should the NBA and other sports do to stop the rash of fans attacking players? We've seen this sickening. Got a guy the other night just running on the court, I believe, of the Washington.
Trying to hang on the rim.
Yeah, it's been ridiculous. I gotta tell you, one thing that bothers me.
No, I'm just kidding.
One thing that bothers me about this whole thing, and it's this whole banning or so-called banning. I think it's a bunch of BS. I think it's a bunch of PR nonsense. Because let's say if it was me, I was banned from the Garden by Dolan, and which is
he sent his minions for us. Remember?
Yeah, exactly.
It's plausible.
That's very possible. Exactly. So let's just say that. And of course, I have my white or gray goatee, whatever, and I just shave it off, and I decide to wear a hoodie. How are you gonna know? How do you stop somebody, a supposed banned person, from buying a ticket, entering an arena?
Facial
How do we know that's a
recognition.
guarantee?
Facial recognition.
First of all,
Nah,
yeah,
nah.
AI.
With thousands of other people coming in with me, nah, I
Facial
don't think so.
recognition.
I don't think so. With thousands of other people, no, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
The technology is there.
Nah.
Here's a question to you. Yeah, but now there you go. Here's a question to your question, Art. If you're not pressing formal charges on this individual, how does he get in the system to be recognized?
Right. True.
Right.
True deal. What I think that should happen. I'm sorry, brother. What I think should happen, you hit him in the pockets hard.
A fine.
Hit him in the pockets hard. That's the only way people
face jail time.
Well, whatever.
Yeah.
But I think if you hit him in the pockets hard, that'll send a message. You know
How
what I'm saying?
big a fine then, R?
Oh, I'm a savage. I'm not talking no $100 slap on the wrist. I'm a savage.
We're gonna take it out of your paycheck.
A G.
Yo, I am a straight savage. That's it.
How many racks? How many racks you taking?
Yo, nah, you know what? At least for that, I would say, I'm being nice. I start off with 1,000. Really, I'm thinking to start off with 5,000.
$1,000.
I'm really thinking of starting off with 5. No,
you gotta think about. You gotta realize these people are probably season ticket holders.
Exactly.
Okay.
Right.
So money is absolutely no object for these people.
Correct.
Well, it is if it's a high enough number.
So $1,000 ain't nothing though to some people.
I said I was being nice. But then really 5. I would say at least 5.
More than that.
You want 5 racks?
More than
at least.
That.
Yeah.
At least.
I would say at least 10.
To Reggie's point, some of them are paying $1,000 for the ticket.
Right.
That's true.
You gotta understand how much the tickets are. You got some tickets that the package itself is $40,000-$50,000. Right? Depending on the arena, depending on the seat.
Depending on the city and the state.
You start out with 10,000.
Okay. I'm not gonna listen. I'm not gonna disagree with that because I think they should pay a fine. Period.
Mark, you making faces. I see your face.
I'm just saying, 10K.
Hey, yeah.
I think
it's like if you
I'm with you though.
Hey, it's like if you overseas, right, and you steal some countries that chop off your damn hand.
Yeah, or the Kenya.
You know what I'm saying? Right. So you have to. That's the only way that you're gonna stop. That's the only way you're gonna stop or make people think twice about doing something.
I always believe in on one side I'm very stringent. So yeah, 10K that'll work for somebody. Keep your ass in your seat. Stop throwing bottles.
It's a lot for us, but for them, that's that's nothing for them.
And then somebody will create a GoFundMe page to pay his fine.
But that's what I'm saying. Like I think it depends on the seat. It depends on the arena, because some tickets start
where you lose.
One ticket is $100, some is $200. So you have to look at it like that. What are they paying? Huh?
What? I'm sorry.
You lose it though. You
do what?
I was just going to say that's where you lose it when you start separating apples and oranges, and you don't have no standard SOP throughout the league. This is why it's a problem now, because the NBA don't have no standard when it comes to this.
Right. And they should have said something.
I'm pretty sure some of us are on the line that probably remember the days when you ran on a baseball team, a baseball field. They handcuffed your ass and
Yes, exactly.
They booked your ass.
Damn straight.
Some arenas
minimum
and stadiums have jail cells inside there.
Yeah.
No, then the city makes money because now they're gonna charge them court fees. They're gonna charge them this fee, that fee. And then if you add on to what you're going to charge them, again, if you have no standard, guys, the floodgate is open.
Right.
That's my only gist to it. If the NBA can't come up with a standard of, I don't give a damn what the arena, where the arena's at. This is our standard. This will be trespassing, unlawful conduct, something. They make up laws every damn day. Make up one for this.
Exactly.
Well, they probably have something already on the books, but because of the nature of who it is that is committing these offenses, they kind of like downplay it. But they have stuff already on it. They have stuff already on the books. Yeah, just think about this. Think about
get out of jail. That's a get out of jail free card now, guys.
Think about if
every time we talk about something, and don't take this the wrong way. It don't matter if you're gonna separate. If you don't have an SOP, then you can't even bring color in it because you don't have a standard. So now your standard is because they're white, or if they was Hispanic.
No.
You don't have no standard.
There is a standard. There is a standard. I'm just saying it's enforced. I'm just saying it's enforced, and it's the narrative around it is pushed in a different way depending on who it is. If it had been
that goes back.
If it had been a black fan who threw,
there's no standard, Bishop.
Okay, I got you.
That means there's no standard. There's no standard. There's no standard.
Well,
you're going to
I'll tell you what.
Okay, this guy could afford a $10,000 ticket, and he's white. We're not going to uphold the standard.
Hey,
they treated Charles Oakley worse than they did.
Forget about the fine, right? Forget about the fine, jail time, or just not even jail time. You got to get arrested because you got to think about it. People have a lot of things
at least
to
2
lose.
Days.
No, but think about it, right? You got a lot of things to lose. A lot of these people are businessmen or something. So if you if you throw them in jail, let them think about that for a minute, right? Then you got to go to court. You got to fight it. You got to get a lawyer. All that stuff. At the same time, if you get an assault charge, if you're throwing bottles at people, that's an assault charge. Come on,
right?
Battery. There's all types of things that you can charge these people with, but they just have to enforce it.
So
let them know.
Can I throw this out there?
And
I would just like to know what their standard is.
Just one other thing, right? So I'm in the security world. I work for DOD, Department of Defense, and we have a thing called BOLO, right? I don't know if you guys know. Be on the lookout, right? So anytime somebody commits some type of offense, we get a picture of them. Gotcha. And if we see him, now it's passed all around the building to all the officers and everything. If you see this person, contact the authorities right away. You can have that same thing at the arenas too.
I don't think so. I don't
think realize.
So.
Wait, did you realize? Did you realize that? Did you realize that when I said to you facial recognition?
Yes,
do you realize that that's how they're identifying a lot of the folks that rioted at the Capitol on January 6th?
Right.
So the technology does exist.
It does. Absolutely.
Are able to this facial recognition.
But isn't that afterwards? That wasn't right there on the moment.
No, they should have it.
They had. Let me tell you something, guys.
They have cameras. They have cameras all around the place.
They had facial recognition of everybody that was in them planes that took down the World Trade Center.
Right.
It's a flawed system, guys. And when you put that system, and I'm not knocking what Bishop's saying, sounds like a great idea. But I'll go back to that conversation we had with the guy making $15 an hour that's supposed to know who Patrick Ewing is. And now you want him to take cards home.
Exactly. Thank you.
Really?
Thank you.
That's what I was trying to.
That ain't the DOD.
There you go.
We already found out. We already found out that with facial recognition, with hot lists, with all of these terrorist watch lists, JFK, LaGuardia, Newark has failed numerous security checks post 9/11 with government employees, Homeland Security.
This is true.
Now you want a guy making $15 an hour, to be
not gonna happen.
Gadget.
Not gonna happen.
Put their ass in jail.
Not gonna happen. You understand?
No, I think they got to go to jail. That's
I think so
this
too.
guy's probably working 2 jobs, and now you're gonna give him some study cards to bring home. And really,
I'm just saying,
it's the technology that's doing it. It's not the individuals.
You have names, right? If it's a name, you have to show an ID to get into the arena.
It's not physical. It's technology that's doing it. It's not physical like
It's
security
gonna
that's
fail.
doing it.
It's
It's
Bishop.
Yeah,
All
it's
due
gonna
respect,
fail.
it's
It's
gonna
been
fail.
proven.
All due
I
respect, it's gonna
gave
fail.
you
I'm telling you.
I gave you numerous cases, Bishop, where it has failed with non-Madison Square Garden employees, with the NSA, with Homeland Security, airports right in these guys up top's district have failed the numerous safety damn checks post 9/11. And we're talking about people getting government checks, government benefits,
that's real
government
talk right there.
retirement. And
Here
they
we go.
can't do the shit.
Here we go. Let me read this
Somebody with
by
MSG to do
Black
it.
for Life. The technology is flawed as it is biased against people of color. AOC spoke on it during the Senate hearings.
Yeah.
You know, and I have to agree. I'm just saying.
But what I'm saying is this, right? You
Yes,
have to
sir.
show an ID. You should have to show an ID in order to get in the building. And most of them now you have to show an ID to get in the building, right?
Okay, I'm hearing you.
That's what you go by,
right?
If this person is on the list,
right,
they're on the list. It's either yes or no. Fuck a facial recognition.
When you look at the situation, I can just think about it this way. This fan is there. They are able to afford the season ticket price holders fees. They're able to afford that.
Are more expensive than
and
a
that's
regular
even more
season
expensive.
ticket either. Also,
they come there, they drinking the alcohol, they get themselves all ramped up, get into whatever, and you as the arena is going to say, you know what, I'm going to restrict this type of fan from coming into the arena. I'm just saying they have stuff on the books. They just choose to apply it differently based on people's status, because it's like, I don't want to alienate.
Money
I don't want
talks.
to alienate.
Money talks.
I don't want to alienate these particular fans that can afford to pay this. I don't want to alienate them.
You're right.
And a lot of these people probably already have their season tickets.
It's a flawed system. And going back to what the guy said about AOC, Miss Know-It-All, Chicago, Illinois has some of the most top flight damn surveillance systems in America. Out of 1,044 homicides last year, they only solved 28% of them. With all that technology.
Right.
It's a flawed system, guys. You're expecting human beings. And again, I'm not knocking the people that work at MSG. But you're not going to pay me $15 an hour, guys. I'm sorry. To be an employee for the NSA when he's making $60,000, $70,000 an hour and he can't do the shit right. Really? Come on, guys. First of all, there's no standard. You set no standard.
Well, I just want to throw this out there because
you have got police there, whatever.
But the notion that it's season ticket holders. I mean, I've gone to playoff games, and I'm not a season ticket holder, and somebody else was, and they gave me a ticket. So that's why I say the only way is you take the money out of the equation, because one thing, some people have, there's a disparity with money. There's no disparity when it comes to time. So I don't care if you are Bezos rich or you are the guy down on the Bowery with no money. You have the same amount of time. And so if you take time from people, you send them to jail, you can't recoup. There's no GoFundMe to get time back.
If it's a criminal offense, it's a criminal offense. I don't give a fuck what color you are, whatever you are. That's it. You throw a bottle at somebody, you spit on somebody, you throw whatever. That's a criminal offense.
Some kind of offense.
You're going to jail.
I had to flame. Hold on, I had to flame a dude on Twitter today because he was like, "Oh, I went to law school and yada yada yada," and I'm like, "Dude, I remember going to a Wu-Tang Clan concert, Rock the Bells on Randall's Island, and people were throwing bottles and throwing water on the stage at Wu-Tang. Meth stopped the music. He said, "Yo, listen." He said, "I got my kids out here. My boys got their kids out here. Y'all gonna respect us. You throw another bottle, we coming down. We gonna put hands on y'all." And I think people look at the athlete as a circus animal. You know, you're gonna throw things at them. You're gonna you spit on Trey Young little
Yeah.
Chico DeBarge. Y'all didn't need to spit on him.
Right.
They threaten what's his name's mom, who plays on Utah Morant.
Look how they treat Russell Westbrook.
Right. They put popcorn on
But
Russell Westbrook. One
notice who they
dude
doing it too, though.
Right.
And
yeah, of course.
And what it is in this society right now, it's like, yo, we could get away with this.
Right.
And
exactly.
That's what needs to be addressed.
Right.
Yeah, but the other thing is, can I just say that this is not
jail.
The majority of the NBA is black.
Thank you. Of course.
So
Thank you.
the NBA, it's in their best interest to protect
for sure
these players, and so the race factor may be that the perpetrators, but I'm not going to believe that the NBA is going to look at the players and say, well, if they were white players, I would treat them differently. It's got to be like Dom said, across the board. There needs to be in every arena. It has the same consequence for people doing this.
Let me say this, fellas, real quick.
Look at the owners.
Let me say this.
Go ahead.
The fans are too close to the players anyway.
I agree.
True indeed. Especially on the floor.
Yeah.
Right.
Especially on the floor seats.
Football, you're not so close. Baseball, you're not so close to the players.
No.
Right.
Boxing, you're close. But it's been few instances where boxing fans have gone onto the boxing match and ruined that. Basketball fans, you're sitting right up there. Basketball players can run into you.
Yeah.
Right. They can run into you because they're so close to the court. I think they need to.
Well,
readdress how they seat people.
No, let me
finish and move people back from being so close to the action.
I honestly,
that's one thing.
I need to address something. I'm sorry, Jay.
No,
I need
go
to
ahead,
address
do your
something.
thing.
You know what I'm saying? And you might have talked about this. I'm not too sure. But the thing, this whole color thing, this whole race thing or whatnot, I'm bothered by that. I'm not going to front. You understand? Because my thing is it entitlement in which you think you could do whatever you want to do to these players that are predominantly black in the NBA? You understand what I'm saying? I have a problem with that because you spend a certain amount of money, either single tickets or season tickets, whatever. But you spend some money. You understand what I'm saying, for that courtside seat. You know what I'm saying? Right. And now for you to pour popcorn or spit or you know what I'm saying, anything disrespectful. Right. You know what I'm saying? And disgusting. To me, it kind of signals like entitlement. It's like I come here to see this, N-word. I'm being extreme, of course. But I'm just saying, and you feel like you could do anything because you paid your price. That allows you to do stuff disrespectful and disgusting. I got a huge problem with that. You understand? I really do. That bothers the fuck out of me.
I agree. I agree with that. But I will throw this in there too. If you've ever been to a professional hockey game, that's one of the wildest.
For sure,
arena experiences. I mean,
me and I've gone to a couple of. When I had a job, my boss would give us. Tickets. Me and I went to a bunch of hockey games.
But that's but I think though you're making a fair point though in terms of what kind of measures of protection. I think that's really what the crux of the argument is. It's not that because. Fanatical fans, I don't think they even care half the time about, I'm going to throw it at somebody because they're black. I think that though the way that the players are protected and seen as being worthy of that kind of protection and enforcement to make sure it doesn't happen again, I think that's where maybe there might be an issue.
To think that the NBA doesn't have rules and regulations, standard rules and regulations throughout the league that deal with these types of issues. They have bylaws, and every team is subject to the bylaws of the league. They have to do things a certain way because it's a franchise. Everybody is not an individual within the system. There's 30 teams. They all have to follow the same rules and regulations. It's just how they enforce it. So the crux of the problem is you get these people in, you fuel them up with the expensive alcohol, and I'm saying like the beer and stuff. You fuel them up until midway the third quarter. You fueling them up with beer, and they're getting amped up, and they're on the court. They're courtside, and it's like, okay, well, again, this is what I'm saying with enforcement. How do you then, after you've created an environment where this person has paid X amount of dollars for the seat, they've bought, your $15 beers, like 10 of them, and they're way past their limit, and then they feel emboldened to do stuff that they normally wouldn't do, because when you have these, I'll tell you, you remember the whole thing with Ron Artest and the guy that threw his beer. After it was all said and done, they had like sit downs with this guy and Ron Artest. They had like a mediation meeting or whatever. And when you think about it, like these people are like normal people that find themselves caught up in the moment, and they do something that they regret, or they do something that makes them like they become a jackass because they've been fueled by the alcohol and the environment that the team has created. So it's like, and then you want them to police that. There's stuff on the books, but it's just a matter of if somebody ran from the bleacher level, if somebody ran from the top level and did that, I am certain that they would be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law.
You already know.
But you have someone who has spent $15,000-$20,000 for a seat. $15,000-$20,000 for a seat, or for season tickets,
and they should be
$5,000. Yeah, they should be.
They should be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law.
But we understand. We understand why.
So another.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, it's all about money.
In other words, the NBA is saying, the rulers of all, they're saying, because you paid this amount of money, we're gonna give you an alibi. Then you might as well take every law and bylaw you have on the books and throw it out the window. Either that, or leave it up to each team to determine their security, their punishment, their measures. Because you know what, guys? Every highway you go on, there's a speed limit. Every cop ain't stopping somebody doing 5 miles over the speed limit.
Yeah, but
and
every arena.
To Jay's point about showing ID, great idea, Jay. But this is America. We all wanted security after 9/11, and then bitch about the security we had in place.
Yeah,
now we got to get lax again.
Yeah,
come on. It's like a.
But every arena has
the NBA is in charge.
Every arena has its own. Every arena has its own policies and regulations.
I was going to ask that question because it's not the
each
team,
arena. Yeah, each arena is different.
I'm gonna throw something out there. Can I throw something out there real quick?
Sure.
Okay, you see how they have that for the hockey, how they have everything around the rink or whatever.
Yeah. Yes.
Would you how would they feel about putting that up around on a basketball court? The way it's been going.
Possibility.
There's nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong with it, but I think also it's one of those things that you got to like start with that. Just like baseball fields now have the netting around. Right. Okay, that's for the protection of the fans. So people are opposed to it, but they bought into that. I wonder though if you're paying, like we talked about moving the seats further away from the court. Sometimes people are paying for that experience to sit right up there, and I wonder what the backlash would be from
there's going to be a lot of backlash.
So there's going to be backlash, but are we protecting the players, or are we protecting the people that's doing what they're doing?
Right.
This should be about the players, right?
It should be. It should be, but we're here today because the players aren't being protected.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
So
to your
you
point,
take
Dave,
all those seats out
people complained about the screens. Yeah, people complained about the screens in baseball. Remember, Dave? All of a sudden, it's not an issue no more. What happened?
Right.
Some of them people are paying good money for those front row seats in a baseball stadium.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
If you don't start nothing, then you never start nothing.
Right.
Right.
No, I agree, but you can the plexiglass
So and
plexiglass that's in a hockey arena around the rink, you can still throw something over it.
so in 2005, I just looked it up.
Okay.
In 2005, the NBA, aiming to prevent another brawl between players and fans, issued standard security guidelines for all its arenas, including a ban on alcohol sales during the fourth quarter. The directives over security officers and fan behavior and apply to all NBA games. So there is a standard, but I got to tell you, if you're a fan and you're paying $20,000 for season tickets, because MSG or some of these arenas, the season tickets are not cheap, and you consume, and it's even easier if it's not the ticket holders. If it's not the ticket holder, if it's somebody that just got the tickets, it's even easier to treat them, a certain way. But then again, it's like, well, I don't want to alienate the person who bought the tickets, so I'm not going to enforce it as hard as I would on someone who doesn't follow the rules, who ran on a court that's from the bleachers or from the nosebleed section. And again, this hasn't been a problem. This is a recent phenomenon, and to me, it's like it all stems from, okay, well, athletes are now using their platform to speak out against social injustice and this and that, blah blah blah. So now you have a certain type of fan who has an issue with that. I already have an issue with the fact that you're making this kind of money because you can dunk a basketball, because you can hit a baseball, or because you can do this. And now I come to the game, and like R said, I have a sense of entitlement. I have a sense of entitlement. I paid X amount to come here, and you will do as I command you to do, because this is what it is. So it's like it hasn't been a problem before. It's just recently that all of a sudden these people feel emboldened. It's happened in baseball and football, but it's never really happened in basketball.
No,
it's never really happened in basketball.
I agree.
There's rules there. It's just a matter of how they enforce it and who they choose to enforce it against. And I guarantee you, each one of these guys, they will say, well, we're going to ban them, this and that. And then behind the scenes, they'll work something out where it's like it'll be swept under the rug and everything will move on as it was. Nothing to see here.
But that's why I said they need to file criminal charges against these people.
Yeah. And those things won't file. So you file criminal charges and you got all of this heat and all this energy, and by the time it goes through the legal process, it becomes like a misdemeanor of the person dropped the napkin on the sidewalk and pick a littering charge.
Yeah, but that's a whole nother issue though.
But
that's
right. But
no,
at least,
I agree.
At least in that case, right? At least in that case, Bishop, it's documented. So now it might have been a napkin on the floor. Now you're a repeat offender.
Right.
Again, if I understand what you're saying, Bishop, they have rules. But if you're not enforcing the rules, you ain't got no rules. Just be honest and say we don't enforce these rules. I don't give a shit if it's Bonnie and Clyde sitting courtside. We're not enforcing the rules. Just be honest. Don't sit there and try to make some spin on this shit. Come on. You got all that security in the arenas. You notice how, like Bishop said, facial recognition. They got cameras everywhere. That's how they caught the guy spitting. That's how they caught the person throwing the beer in the garden on quickly. A New York fan threw a beer on a New York player. They found that. It might have took them a while, but they found it. Now, why don't you just press charge? You have the video evidence of it.
Right.
Something like that can be a simple napkin on the floor. You actually assaulted somebody.
Right. And you have video and photos.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Right.
Well, then you'll say, okay, well, we're not going to vigorously prosecute this because such and such. And it's like, I mean, it sounds great. I agree with you. It sounds great. But if I have a fan base that is paying these season ticket prices and playing for playoff tickets, I'm gonna.
I understand what you're saying, but and that's why, at the end of the day, which is fucked up, but is real. Money trumps everything.
Pretty much.
You know what I'm saying?
Pretty
So,
much.
so what? Let me ask you guys this.
And the NBA is telling
standards.
and the NBA is telling you that.
Of course.
Basically.
Yeah,
The
we know.
NBA is telling you that money trumps their own players.
Yeah.
Right, and they should
Every sport.
replace the NBA logo with the dollar sign. But but let me just ask you this: what is the deterrent?
What is the what?
What is the deterrent?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that as long as they allow these people just to walk out of there and they say, okay, a fine or whatever, that's not really a deterrent. It may be a deterrent for me, because if you tell me it's going to cost me $100, is that worth me throwing that $20 bottle of soda out there? I already paid. But my point is that I think if handcuffing somebody and removing them from the arena in front of 15,000 people, that would be a deterrent for me. Is that worth, because I don't like this player, that I'm willing to do that? And then if you go into the system, like I have the type of job, because I work for the city, that if I get arrested, I have to then go downtown and report that it's already in the system, but I have to report that, and I run the risk of I can be suspended all the way to
losing your job. Exactly.
So those are deterrents.
Being arrested only means that being arrested doesn't mean that you're guilty of anything.
It does. It doesn't. But that's not my point.
But it's shame. It's shame. That's
right. This is what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying though. I don't know anybody that enjoys being in the position of having their hands behind their back, handcuffed, and led out of somewhere.
I don't know about that.
You never saw YouTube?
No, wait.
You never saw YouTube?
Listen, I didn't finish. I didn't finish what I'm saying. Over something frivolous or silly, it's one thing if you're about that life and you're into activity and there are rewards and benefits that you feel run the risk of it. But to throw a bottle onto a court or at a player or popcorn or whatever it is that worth your dignity of walking out of there in handcuffs? I'm sure that after the fact you're looking at it like, damn, I shouldn't have done that.
Right. Depends on how many likes you get.
Look at the way that the Garden and Dolan treated Charles Oakley, right? A Nick legend that didn't even do anything violent, right? They carted him out faster than you could say go. Right?
What did he do?
What did he do?
Yeah, exactly. What did he do? Right. He was there. He was at the Garden. He was cursing out the owner. He was talking reckless, and it was kind of like. And I'm not saying. Do
you have video of him doing?
I'm just saying one of the things that
is there video of him cursing out Dolan?
One of the things that so he was just sitting there. No, I'm an Oakley fan. I'm a New York Knicks fan. So he was just sitting there minding his business, and security came over and escorted him out.
That's not what I'm saying. But he didn't do anything violent.
No, he didn't. Nope.
You know, he didn't throw anything.
Nope.
I don't know what words were exchanged, but my thing is this: you got people that throw things, spit, do all types of vile shit.
Yep.
And nothing happens to them. But then you have a Nick legend that you get out of the Garden fast you can say go. What the hell? I don't understand. What part of the game is that?
Dolan
because if he had said to Dolan, hey Dolan, you're a great fucking guy, nobody would have cared about the fact that he cursed.
Right.
It's that he said something that Dolan didn't want to hear. Yeah. And Dolan felt, because I own everything in here, including the seat that you're sitting in, I'm going to have you escorted out. He doesn't even want to. You can't even hold up a fan that says fire Dolan or something like that.
No,
you know, before he sends his goons. So
quick story for you guys. Speaking of Dolan, because I'm about to move on when I finish the story. If you guys don't mind, quick story about it. It's funny because I used to work for Radio City Music Hall.
Oh,
and I worked there for like about.
Now I'm playing.
Shut up, fool. No. That was a good one.
Show me your legs.
Okay. Show you right. That was good. That was a good one. No, I used to work there for like 7 years or whatnot. And there was one time he actually came to the place, and I was walking around with him and whatnot, and I had to say I'm surprised I get fired for this, but I was like, this when I was a Knicks fan. I said, dude, what are you doing to my team? Huh?
Did he laugh or did he look at you like?
No, he gave me like a deadpan look, like, okay, this guy's serious right now. You're gonna have, I could fire your black ass if I wanted to, you know. But I was like, what are you doing to this team? What are you doing to them? I said, because this is ridiculous. Wow. I was shocked. I thought I was gonna get fired that day, but it didn't happen.
You
but
had to buy his CD to keep your job.
Let's move on.
We're gonna move on though. Listen,
moving on.
Moving on. We're gonna talk about this Atlanta Hawks and Nick battle. Yeah, that's right.
Next. Skip. Next. What's
Why next? Why next? Why next, brother? Why next? Come on. Well, you know what's funny to me? And God bless their hearts. God bless Knicks fans and their hearts. God bless them. Because I've seen on Twitter, I just feel so.
Lord.
Yeah, exactly. I just feel so bad for them because, you know, I see these tweets about Knicks in 7, and I'm like, okay, gotcha. Right, Knicks in 7. I understand hope springs eternal. I get it, but I don't think so. I'm sorry.
And you gleefully said that too.
Huh?
Right.
I see the smirk on your face.
It did not pain you one bit to say that.
But I don't think so. I think tomorrow might be it. I don't know.
Listen,
I don't know.
Oh, you know our friend on Twitter.
Yeah, whatever. Yes.
Our friend on Twitter. He goes on these.
Don't wait. Time out. Please do not refer to him as a friend. Let's get that. Okay. Thank you. All right.
Our Knicks fan acquaintance. He goes on these tangents and these rants.
Mm-hmm.
He says that Obi Toppin should be unleashed so he could get, and he should be the hub of the offense, and the offense needs to revolve around him. I'm like, what games are you watching, man?
Right.
No. And the Knicks have some things they need to address. I'm fine with this season. I'm fine if they lose tomorrow or whenever the next game is to Atlanta. Atlanta's just been a better team.
That's it.
Yeah.
If Randall and RJ Barrett don't score between 50 to 70 points between them, we lose. And Derrick Rose has been the man.
Exactly.
He's been running the show and giving 100%. And this was a learning year, so next year they'll be better. They add some more pieces, they tweak some things, and we'll be on the path.
And make no mistake, I'm no fan of the New York Knicks. I'm not. I'm sorry, but I can admit they're on the right road. They are on the right road. I will gladly say that to anybody. I don't care because it's a fact. They are definitely on the right road. But I'm just saying, don't expect them to be representing the Eastern Conference this year.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Come on, they need to stop that. I'm just like, be grateful for what you have right now.
I think the fans got a little exuberant because it's been 8 years. It's been almost a decade since the Knicks have gone to the playoffs. So I'm elated.
Me too. I'm gonna go on Twitter and I'm just gonna tweet that the Knicks need to make a trade.
Don't do it, David.
Don't do it, brother. Please don't do it. Please don't do it. Please. I can't take it. You know? I'm gonna
say my man R said the Knicks need to make a trade.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. Please don't do that. No. Hell to the no.
I'm surprised they didn't come for you for one of your tweets. It was sort of real. It was a real hard jab at the Knicks.
Oh, do you mean the one with Denise Williams and Johnny Mathis?
Oh, that one?
Too much, too little, too late.
That one, yeah. Did anybody come for you?
That was hilarious.
That hurt my feelings.
Nobody came for me.
I'll never be able to listen to that song again.
But no, that we used to when we were on Blog Talk, you know, that was our way to get at people.
Exactly.
And we had that on deck. But
I couldn't help myself because I was just like, okay, it was just so fitting. And I even said, I know you're gonna kill me for this. I'm sorry. I have a sense of humor. I'm sorry. but I had to do it. I couldn't help myself.
So any Knicks fan that thought that the Knicks was going anywhere past the second round is delusional.
Big time.
They get happy, bro. They get happy.
What this just showed us is no matter how much progress that Julius Randle has made this season, the strides that he's made, he's still just a role player. So,
wow, that's a hell of a shot.
He's still
I wouldn't say
one
he's
piece.
A role player.
He's still a piece to keep and try to get that guy.
Okay.
He's still a piece to keep and try to get that guy.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. No, Bishop, I get what you're saying, but to call him a role player, that's kind of a hit, man. I mean, this is a guy.
You figure.
No,
he's not wrong in saying that.
He's going to get you. He's going to get you.
He's
going to get you 20. He's going to get you 20 and 10. He's going to get you 20 and 10. You know that each night, and in the playoffs, you got to figure. Maybe next season he might figure it out. Maybe next season he might figure it out.
This is his first playoffs, though.
Exactly, but this is a guy that carried your team during the regular season. He took this team on his back.
Okay, and now you see. Now you see when the big lights are on and it's prime time, you see what he's really made out of.
Well, like Max 611 just said, it's his first playoff experience or whatnot.
Okay, what happened to James Harden that year? The same thing James Harden did, and they said, "Oh, we no longer need your services. Yeah, you could go." Everybody forgot that.
What are you talking about, Rick?
Yeah, what are you talking about? I'm like, well, James Harden.
Talking about Houston?
James Harden and OKC.
Well, no, that was them being cheap.
Right.
I don't know about that.
But they also had,
Reggie.
Well,
he didn't.
He didn't perform in the finals. He vanished in the finals.
But they also had Durant and Westbrook, though.
But
this is
the reason why
playing by himself.
The reason why he's not on OKC is because, and yes, he did not do well in those playoffs. But the reason why he's not there is because the owners are cheap in OKC and they did not want to pay him.
So we're gonna crucify these guys on their first playoff experience. Is that what we're doing? I need to know this.
So what I'm saying is, if you took that mantle, you made, I watched the games, I watched the post game, I watched how he's learning how to work out of the double team. He's doing this, he's doing that, and so forth and so on. You took that mantle, right? I'm the leader of this team. I'm the this. I'm the that.
Cleans his glasses.
I'm the this. I'm the this. I'm the that.
He's loading a few in the chamber.
And then you get to the playoffs. Then you get to the playoffs against the Atlanta Hawks, who are not even a defensive juggernaut, and you come up small, real small. I wasn't expecting much. I wasn't expecting much from RJ. I wasn't.
I know you wasn't.
Randall, I was expecting him to at least do what he did during the regular season.
You gotta understand, it happens. It happens.
Can I just say this before Dom goes into sniper mode? Let me just say this because to call him a role player, I think that's harsh because there are guys that we call superstars who perform during the regular season and come up short during the playoffs, and we don't refer to them as role players.
Right.
I think that I'm willing to give Randall an opportunity to show himself. I think that if he stays with the Knicks and the Knicks build that roster up, I think that in 2 to 3 years they could be a contender, and he could be a solid piece on that. Right, and we might not even be talking about this year anymore.
He won't be the guy. He'll be a part of that guy. That's what I'm saying.
But I'm saying though, to your point though, there are guys who we have called that guy. We have given, because you talked about the mantle that was given to him during the regular season. There are guys who have been given that mantle and have failed.
Right.
And we don't call them role players. We don't diminish them because they failed in the playoff. We don't.
What is Porzingis? What is Porzingis?
I don't know what besides the unicorn.
Porzingis
I don't know.
he's in a series right now.
He's an anomaly who's injury prone.
He was given that mantle, right? He was given that mantle.
He didn't want it. He
Not
didn't want to be the man.
He was given a mantle on, but he was given a mantle on a team that wasn't
bad.
And yeah, exactly. They weren't good anyway. So it's different than you could be the man on a last place team.
So how good were the Knicks this season?
I'm a Knicks fan.
I'm a Knicks fan.
The Knicks were very good this year, and I think largely because
I wouldn't say very.
The Knicks
I wouldn't say very. I wouldn't say very good. The season started, they were bad, and the last part of the season they were good.
They were good enough to be the fourth.
They were decent. They were decent.
They morphed into a good team. Exactly.
I think that they were better than decent.
Weak division.
In terms of what we see for the Knicks.
Somebody said weak division.
Oh shit, Dom smoking.
Somebody said weak division.
I had the camera off. It came back on.
It came back on.
Artificial intelligence, AI,
facial recognition.
All I saw was a cloud, and it got dark.
Hey, listen, Maxis 11, you can't talk, man, because I saw you pausing out for a minute, so you can't talk, brother.
He said
no. I don't mean his technical difficulty. No. His demeanor.
Dom, he said that's for medicinal purposes.
Yeah,
it's for medicinal purposes.
That's right.
That's government issue.
Yeah. You guys are funny.
Let's try to put this back in perspective.
Here we go.
There's a guy on the Boston Celtics that we don't consider a role player that's gone home. In Tatum.
Who?
And for Bishop to sit there and say that the Knicks ran across a defensive juggernaut.
I said they're not.
No, they're not. He said they're not. He said they're not.
Juggernaut.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, let's just try to pump our brakes a little bit, guys. I think if the Knicks would have been losing to any other team, it might have been a little more acceptable. Not to the Hawks. I'm sorry.
Exactly.
I agree with that.
It seems like the Knicks season. It seems like the Knicks season went in reverse because everything the Knicks are good at, they're still doing good in this series. They're still holding Atlanta under their points per game. They're still holding them under their 3-point percentage per game, their field goal percentage per game. But it's like the Knicks went back to their offense post-March where they can't score.
No, it's not the Knicks. It's not the Knicks. It's Randall. It's Randall.
No, let me finish.
No, it's not just him. It's not
too much ISO ball.
Right. It's not just him. It's
too much ISO ball.
Just like when they went through it in March. But to say he's a role player, there ain't but 2 or 3 players in the NBA that led their team in points, rebounds, and assists.
And had 20.
Who the third guy?
20. What do you have? 20. He averaged 25 points, 10 rebounds, and 6 assists. Only 5 other players did that this year besides him.
Okay, and then you get to the playoffs and you flame out against John Collins.
That's his first experience in the playoffs, Bishop.
Bishop, let me
still basketball at the end of the day, bro.
Let me break it down simple for you.
Basically,
right.
John Collins.
That's what I was gonna say.
John Collins and Clint Capella. No, John Collins and Clint Capella have put the clamps down on Julius Randle. John Collins, who don't play D, Clint Capella, who got 2 left feet. Those are the guys that are putting the clamps down. On Julius
honestly,
Randle.
I don't even think they're putting. I don't even think it's them putting clamps down on this dude.
I just think it's too much ISO ball. Period.
I think it's him. As a matter of fact, I know it's him. It's him feeling it.
He's having a bad series. It happens.
He's feeling the pressure. It happens. Exactly.
But if you want to be that guy, you can't. If you want to be that guy.
And really, hold on. And I think we're just only focusing on the bad shots and stuff like that and the percentage or whatnot.
Right.
But he's been doing everything else pretty well. Right. You don't agree with that?
Right. He's been playing D. He's rebounding and he's been moving the ball and.
Well, we know he's been moving the ball.
The shots aren't falling for him. That's all. Other than that, he's been having a pretty decent series.
Right.
Atlanta's a fifth seed.
Come
They're
on.
a fourth seed. So
they had the same record.
Yeah.
They had the same
They
record.
have the same. They had the same exact record. But here's the funny thing: when we put Julius Randle in this box, did we put LeBron, D Wade, and Chris Bosh in that same box when they lost to Dallas? And all of them had been to the playoffs before.
Oh man, you already know my feeling on that. You know my feeling on that.
Now you bringing up something else because I'm not even putting. I wouldn't even say those three names in the same with Randall because he's not on that level. Neither with none of those players.
It could be any three names, Bishop. But what I'm saying is, if you're gonna say one guy, one series, it's not like this is the first time this ever happened in the history of the NBA. Right. You've had greater players that have froze up and have lost a series.
Yes,
it's just that simple. It happens. But to put the blame on totally him, he's a role player, but he led your team in every offensive category in the year.
Except
Where
when
would
it
they
counted.
be without him?
Except when it counts.
It's not about when it counted, Bishop. You could have a bad show. You could have a bad game. You could have a bad day at work. What does that mean? That you're a role player at work? You're really not that.
Yeah,
good.
So you're gonna. So wait a minute. So wait a minute. Let's. Okay, I think I need to take a step back because what you're trying to tell me is Julius Randle is a player that you would build around. Or is that what you're trying to say to me? That he's the player that you would build this team around?
I don't know. Let me tell you something. I'll pick up. But you know what, Dom? Let me pick up the gauntlet on that one. Okay. You know what? I wouldn't be scared to. I wouldn't be scared to because I tell you this much. No. Hear me out. If you're gonna ask,
I'm listening.
Okay. Listen now. What I'm saying is this. I wouldn't be afraid to. You know what I'm saying? I have to surround them with the right. Well, I have to surround them with the right players. It has to be a mix. What's wrong with that? There's nothing wrong with that.
Right. And this is and we forget this is year one. The expectation was not for them to make the playoffs.
Exactly.
Everybody on here, with maybe the exception of Dom, we all said they were not a playoff team. We all said we were fine with 35 wins and them scrapping and being in every game.
I just realized what was going on. I can't even believe that you have me defending.
Yeah. You got it.
Yes.
You finally figured it out.
Yeah.
I told you.
Because
I was like, "Wait a minute, am I defending this team?"
Let me channel my inner Dayton Wayans because at the crux of the matter to the question is that you really are a true and blue Knicks fan.
No, I am not. No, I'm not. I'm being. It's called being objective.
Yeah. Wait, let me finish. Go
ahead, Mac.
Who will go on Twitter as the Knicks win to nut on his screen?
Hey yo!
Wow!
Whoa!
That is so lowbrow right there. That is lowbrow.
Ladies and gentlemen, the thoughts and speech and so forth, the statements are not encouraged by
visuals. Listen. There's a lot of splashing that was going on this season.
Sexual violence. It's like, we were talking about sports. Now we're talking about sexual violence.
Ari's on his third keyboard.
I just think it's too much ISO ball. That's the problem.
Okay,
you're right.
Too much ISO ball. Like when they need a shot,
it's like we're saying.
Hold on, two of y'all are talking.
Yeah.
Dom.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, I'm just saying. I feel like they're not setting it up correctly. They're just going to one player trying to do ISO shit. You have to, if they play team ball, they're a better team. They are.
So
you got to work the
ball
around.
Is it Rose's fault because he's the point guard?
No.
Is he doing too much ISO ball too? But he's been carrying us.
I think sometimes. At times he does a little too much. But
you don't feel you don't feel he has to, because let me tell you something. When he's not in that game, when he's not on the bench and whatnot, Oh, I say when he is on the bench. Excuse me.
Right.
That offense is so stagnant. I'm
No,
so
you're
sick
right.
and tired. I'm so sick and
Absolutely.
tired of people saying, "Oh, well, you need to start Elford. Oh, you need to start Frank."
No.
No. The ball isn't moving. It's not. It's not a free flowing, crisp offense at all. When
Yeah.
Rose comes in, that whole energy, that whole vibe changes up.
Yeah.
You understand?
Mhm.
And
And that's the problem.
that's a fact.
And
That's
that's
a
the
fact
problem.
that can't be denied. And it is a problem. You're right.
They need somebody else because
exactly. I agree.
Derrick Rose is not. I'm not going to say he's not a great player, but he's not that same player that he was.
No, he's not,
because
obviously.
he's older now. He's injured. He's hurt.
Right.
You know, so he can't do the same things he did to
No,
that
he
same
can't.
level. You can't play him. You can't play him for 38 minutes.
No, absolutely not.
You know,
Doing
it's
that
just,
in these playoffs.
The problem is Julius Randle is not doing the things that he did during the regular season. So what he would do is he would set the table for Reggie Bullock. Reggie Bullock was eating off of Julius Randle the whole season because Julius is out of sync. Now Reggie Bullock is not hitting the shots that he would normally hit.
Okay.
Because Julius is out of sync. Julius is getting the ball and he's looking like he's scared. He's dribbling from side to side. He's dribbling until the double team comes. I'm watching him jump up in the air and then throw like a one of them curve passes at 100 miles an hour, and the person is standing like 2 feet away from him. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, how am I supposed to catch that?
Yeah,
how am I supposed to catch that? And it's like, dude, like the
I
issue
agree.
is
He's not playing well.
everybody else is doing what they do. Burke is doing what he does. Rose is doing what he does. Taj Gibson, everybody else is static from their season performance. And the only difference is Julius Randle is playing scared. And I'm like, against Milwaukee, against some of the other teams, but against Atlanta with John Collins and Clint Capella, I was expecting him to just be wrecking them for the whole series, and then they get to the next round and then they get blown up. They get blown out of the water. That's what I was expecting.
Hold up, Bishop. You haven't mentioned RJ Barrett. RJ Barrett hasn't stepped up either.
He missed layups too. Yeah.
What about me?
Hold on.
I'm not even counting him.
Hold on, let me finish though. Quigley hasn't stepped up.
No, he has not.
The balance is off. Quickly eats off of Randall as well. He eats off of Randall as well.
No.
Bullock hasn't played.
That's a whole lot of eating off a role player.
Right. Oh.
Hey, yo.
He's the facilitator.
Noel is injured, so he's been a bit ineffective. So Taj has to start and play more minutes.
Right.
So it's a combination of things. It's not just random.
Damn, I love it.
Right.
I love it.
It's easy to go. It's easy to go to one person. Because even with this person feeding off of that person, that feeding, there's been plenty of wide open shots that Bullock has missed. Plenty of wide open. Because guess what? Quickly ain't feeding off a damn Randall. Quickly comes down, gets the ball, and shoots. They just ain't falling.
Right.
But it's easy to go to the big name guy and say,
"Wow."
The reason why Quickly is open. The reason why Quickly is open and he gets those opportunities. The reason why Quickly is open and he gets those opportunities is because when he's in the game and Randall is in the game, they focus more on Randall. Nobody's focusing on him. Then he comes in when he's in the backcourt, when Randall is off the court, and now I'm already warm. I'm already in my flow. So again, the balance of the team, the chemistry of the team has been thrown off because you got Randall shooting 6 for 18. 5 for 20.
That's a given.
5 for 20.
So is everybody else. And that
everybody else like who?
Quickly, I'm starting to wonder what game you're watching because 90% of Quickly shots and points is him with the ball in his hand. Ain't nobody getting no assist passing it to Quickly.
Yeah, once Quickly gets the ball, he goes.
During the season.
So
exactly.
when he's in the game and Randall is in the game. When he's in the game and Randall is in the game, is Randall not getting more of the attention? Is Randall not getting more of the attention? When he's in the game, are they double teaming him? Quickly's not even whiteboard material on the opposing team's defense. He's not even whiteboard material. So you can't say
He's
nah.
whiteboard material.
Nah.
Okay.
Nah.
All right.
No sir.
All right.
No sir.
Wow.
Hey, yeah,
let me
gotta go. I gotta get up early. So peace.
Okay,
and blessings,
brother.
brothers.
Peace
Thank
and
you for the time.
All right,
Hey,
peace.
let me give a quick update on this other game, the Lakers and the Phoenix Suns. The Lakers getting handled right now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they in trouble. All right, they in trouble.
Boy.
They are getting handled right now.
Wow.
What's the score?
Yeah. I got
55-31.
Yeah. 55-31. They're getting handled right now in the second quarter.
Ooh, that's
You know what I'm saying?
too.
Matter of fact, the Phoenix Suns didn't have any turnovers in the second quarter compared to the Lakers 7.
Damn.
You understand?
It's still early. It's still early.
It's still early, but that 20-point thing, I don't know. But I do agree, it's still early for sure. If it was the third quarter, no question.
It's the NBA. It's still
Who's
early.
LeBron playing with? Smush Parker?
Wow.
Oh wow.
Now
That's
Kyle
bad.
Kuzma.
Kyle Kuzma now. Exactly.
Yeah.
Andre Drummond.
Now if LeBron
who's not
loses
playing
this
himself
series
to
with
a
Anthony
contract.
Davis being hurt, what are we gonna say? Well, Anthony Davis was hurt.
Yep.
I mean, again, you could pick and choose.
He's hurt.
But why is all of this negative energy toward a guy that's his one? I don't believe in that first and the lights being brighter because you're doing the same job you was doing all year.
Exactly. I agree with you 100%.
That is not scientifically proven. That's like saying you could go to the range 4 times a year, but then when you really got to fire your weapon, you forgot how to fire your weapon. I don't think so.
Right.
That's not no scientifically proven. That's some bullshit the media made up when the lights get bright. It's the same lights, the same ball, the same rim. Come on, that's a bullshit excuse.
I think
just have bad games.
Hold on, did you just see that play off?
I saw that. I'm sorry. Yes, I did.
Y'all make
they got
the game on.
They got Crowder looking like Magic Johnson out here.
Exactly. It's crazy, man. It's embarrassing. I'm like, wow.
The thing about Phoenix though, they'll be out like that, and then they'll allow the other team back in the game. So
yeah, true.
They'll allow the other team back.
I don't know about 30 points. They down by 30.
I don't know.
Yo, listen. All I can say is I wish Thanos was here, aka
flog him tonight.
Hit him with you already know. You already know. I'm gonna tear his ass up. You already know. You know what I'm saying? Always talking that bull crap. This one, not from I'm gonna have to cut up my damn self. I'm sorry, gentlemen. But here's the thing. What kills me is I got this motherfucker calling me what did he call me? I couldn't even believe that shit. I was like, this guy, man, fuck out of here.
Reggie is hilarious.
Yeah, he is. He's kind of funny.
Hilarious.
He's kind of funny, calling me ground beef and in reference to Angus and stuff like that. I'm like, yo, get out of here, man.
Before Art leaves, Boston Celtics out of here.
See ya. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not worried about the Milwaukee Bucks. Oh, by the way, hashtag fuck Giannis. Wow. It is what it is.
Yo,
fuck that guy.
I think you wanna.
I got to.
You wanna have him on some Oz, the Wire type violence stuff with Giannis.
For sure. Exactly. I'll bring Adebisi back from the dead.
Yeah, I love the Giannis Adebisi.
You know what it is.
You know what I'm saying? I'll bring Adebisi back from the dead.
Bishop, you got to give us this is a family show speach.
Yeah.
This dude, you want to shank Giannis. Damn.
Because he doesn't.
An opinion expressed by the host and expressed by the viewers who come on this podcast or this show are not representation of management or the In the Paint franchise.
Yes, we are. Yes, it is.
The moderator
in there with a
this,
Public Enemy shirt on. You know what he's about.
The moderator of this podcast is a subcontractor. So it's the whole
Damn. Damn.
Wow. Okay.
You're
No,
not
but
even
I'm
a
just,
contractor. You a subcontractor.
I'm just saying.
But
Fuck y'all,
how do you
man.
feel though? How do you feel?
I feel great that
Brooklyn
they
beating
handle their
Boston.
business. They handle their business.
Bishop basically called you the role player of this show.
Now you know that's not true.
No. Ours the backbone.
You know that's not true.
Ours the
There's
backbone.
nothing truthful about that at all.
I'm just saying, Bishop.
No.
Nope.
I didn't
Can
say
we
that.
talk about?
I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
You can't say that. There's no way.
I didn't say that.
You know what I'm saying?
I hope
You might have thought it, but you didn't say it.
I hope you didn't.
Hey Bishop, you
Yeah.
see DeAndre has lost his starting spot, right?
Mm.
For the most part.
Right. From who? Blake Griffin
Blake Griffin.
and Claxton.
Mm.
And
Is
and
he
every
even
time,
playing a lot of minutes?
who Claxton?
Who?
No,
He come-
DeAndre. Where's DeAndre?
No. Again,
DMPs.
you got rid of the young dude. You sent him
They
to
should have
Cleveland.
kept him.
You sent him to Cleveland
Right,
for
Jared Allen.
Right.
DeAndre Jordan to have a starting spot because he's Kyrie and KD's buddy, and then he can't, like, he don't rebound, he don't really score unless you throw him an alley-oop, and he can't shoot free throws. He's not.
No. He shoots free throws now.
He's not
He's
a defensive
getting-
presence. He's gotten better, but he's not that guy. He's not a defensive presence. He doesn't
Listen.
deter anybody. And every time Milwaukee has played against them, and he's attempted to guard Giannis is giving him a 40-piece. So it's going to be an interesting series.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting, but I'm not worried about Giannis. I'm not
What'd
worried
you
about
say
Giannis.
about Giannis? What'd you
I
say
ain't worried about him. I ain't scared of Giannis. Fuck him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
I ain't worried about that dude. I ain't worried about that dude. He gonna fail. He gonna fail again.
Wow.
Two-time MVP. He gonna fail.
Only
He
thing I
gonna
have
fail.
to say, Mac. Only thing I have to say is, remember when I said winter is coming?
He said, fear the deer.
Shit.
Winter's coming.
Fear the
Winter
deer.
is not coming.
It's gonna be
Like
cold out here. It's gonna be
Like
cold
I
out
said,
here.
no. The only reason why it'd be cold out here, and really, it's not even gonna be cold because it's gonna be summertime. I got a spot for you right next to me at the parade in Brooklyn. I got you. Okay.
Listen, it's
Don't
gonna
worry,
be
I got
cold
you.
out here. It's
Ain't
gonna be cold
cold.
out here.
It's gonna be hot. I'm telling you, right in the parade, Brooklyn, BK. Okay, Barclays Arena. Okay, I got you. I got you a nice spot with me. Trust me.
June 1st.
That's the Barclays Center.
June 1st.
Whatever.
June 1st.
Barclays. Okay, whatever.
Yeah. Flat
You know what I'm saying?
Atlantic.
Watch.
Oh yeah.
I'm telling
Oh,
you,
yeah.
when
tell you
Brooklyn
who-
wins,
That Drew Holiday is gonna be the
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh, Lord.
Yes, sir.
Let me tell you something. When Brooklyn wins, y'all might as well not even show up on the show. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
So how do we?
Every last one of you will be tortured. I'm telling you, right? I'm giving you a fair warning right now.
I'm gonna
That's
wear
it.
my Brooklyn hat and shirt.
So
Okay.
The Brooklyn
All right,
are you trying to tell us?
I
if
might,
Brooklyn,
I might spare you, Dave.
Are you trying to tell us if Brooklyn loses, that means we're not going to see you no more?
Oh no, I'm gonna be here
Oh
front
no,
and center.
he's got a letter. He's got a statement to read.
I ain't got no damn statement.
Oh, well, I gotta
I
honor
gotta-
the bet. I gotta honor the bet.
Yes, you do.
I'm gonna have to
Yes,
wear
you do.
some. I think I'm gonna give me a Celtics T-shirt just to flame them, just to rub that in. Maybe I'll go to the Boston Garden and step on the leprechaun too.
You okay?
Is this the bet from football season?
Yes, it is.
Man,
I don't know
this-
when we
It
made
is.
the bet. I don't
No,
know
we
if
made
it was
the
a
bet.
Yeah, it was
bet.
No,
yeah.
we made
I don't
the
even
bet for
remember
the-
the bet. I
we
just
made
know
the
I
bet.
lost.
We made the bet for the Super Bowl. I
Yeah,
said
it
Tom
was,
Brady
yeah.
was gonna win. And you were like,
was
yeah,
the
because
bet?
remember, because
Yeah.
I had to put on Kansas City gear.
Right,
If I
exactly.
lost. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
I gotta make that happen. I gotta honor my bet. I'm not
Thank you
like
very
this
much.
dude.
Yeah, I've been waiting for that.
Oh, so have I.
Or you should have won this year. Don't you hate Kansas City?
I can't stand them. I did win because they lost.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I
Yeah.
lost the bet. So I gotta
Yeah,
wait.
yeah.
I hate any and everything.
So if
I
I had
love it.
lost, he would have had to wear Kansas City gear.
And just like I'm gonna win this year. There's no bet, but Brooklyn will be bringing home
yeah, there's a
the
bet.
trophy.
Oh yeah, there's a bet. I've already
What's the bet?
drafted up the statement, and the $20. I'll send you my Zelle information. There's been a bet.
Yeah. The whole $20. You talking about that bet?
Wow.
And the statement.
You can pay it in installments.
And the reckoning.
Whatever.
And the reckoning.
Like I said, whatever. I ain't worried about it. My shoulders are broad enough to listen. If I lose, I lose. Okay, I'm not gonna be hiding out whatnot. Not like some people. I ain't gonna be hiding out whatnot. And I'm not gonna be avoiding people. It is what it is, man.
I'll email you the statement. I'll email it to you. You can practice it.
I've got a lot of money. All that money he's saving on Uber.
Like I said, we're gonna see what happens this year. I got championship aspirations. I'm telling you.
All right. Well, I hope so. I hope so.
I gotta get up early tomorrow and get
brother.
To do nothing.
To go to work. To
find something to do.
I'm sick of getting texts of him at Starbucks. All these other fine eateries, eating muffins and shit.
Yeah. They got Starbucks right inside Barclays Center.
Okay, you know what? Whatever.
Meanwhile, I'm toiling for the man.
Exactly.
Me and my other half is on call this week.
Oh boy. Okay. Well then, at that, if it's like that, then I guess we could call it a night. We can revisit this another day. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. I'm gonna finish watching the Phoenix Suns whipping the Lakers ass real quick.
Yep.
You know,
down by 30.
Right.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Love it.
And Joel Embiid is eating right now because he's hurt. So you know he's at the jollof rice spot with his stewed chicken.
That's why I ain't worried about it. Like I said, Giannis and dumbass Joel.
And Ben Simmons is at the foul line trying to figure out where he is.
As well he should be.
Oh my God.
As well he should be. That's why I ain't worried about it.
Ooh.
How do you he has they should have left him in the arena and he couldn't leave until he made 30 free throws.
What do you go? You said 4 for 20. What do you do?
When I made the post, he
said 2 for 14.
He went 50% the rest of the way. So I think he made 3 of 6.
Okay.
So 5 of 19 or 5 of 18.
Horrible.
I think that's disgusting.
That don't even make any sense because every shooter in the league right now is light skinned. That don't even make no sense. That don't even make no sense.
And on that note, I'm getting the hell up out of here. That's it.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna bounce too.
All right, brothers.
It's been fun as always.
For sure.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you guys.
Listen,
thank you, brothers.
This is In the Paint, the realest show in sports. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us on Twitter.
Do it.
I'm Max611. That's Angus Black, aka R Jones, aka Big Brother R. My man Dave, thank you. Bishop, thank you. Ronan in the queue, thank you.
Word.
Was it Bye for Black? Thank you for joining us tonight.
My Black for life.
We will both be subscribing and let's build each other up.
There you go. Jay, you know what I'm saying?
It's the realest show in sports.
Dom, that's
Disruptive
right. And
media.
shout out to Hannibal, West Coast. All right, y'all.
Sir.
Peace out.
Peace.